All right, what's up, you guys? This is random thing I'm doing. I don't know what it's titled yet, but I got the homie Chase on the first episode. What's up with you, man?
What's up? What's up? I'm good. I'm good. This is the first time.
Yeah, man, it's the
You'll
first
name it
time.
later.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's still work in progress, so we gonna work with it. Bro, do you remember how we met?
Um, you meant like, was this pre Ricky Wildin on Twitch?
Yeah, this is pretty Ricky.
Okay, so I remember first time I had really recognized your comment. It was on what was that? Yakuza? One of the Yakuza. It might have been Judgment. You had told me something about a some cheese on one of those card games on there.
Oh yeah,
and uh
yeah.
and that's when I was like, let me go ahead. But then every time I sing your name, I was like, that's my guy. But
Okay.
it was probably, it might have been before that, but that's the time where I was like, all right, from every time I sing your name after that, I remember.
Yeah, it's crazy because I was trying to remember what was the first video I watched. I was like, I think I started watching 2016, but I was like, no, because I watched your Witcher 3 playthrough all the way through. So like maybe early 2015 or late
Yeah,
2014. Because I remember getting recommended. It was the cereal video when you was eating cinnamon toast crunch or French toast crunch. I
French toast.
remember
Yeah,
it.
that's 2015. That was January 2015.
Okay, that was probably that. And I remember the controller video. And then randomly, I was like, all right, let me start following him. And I remember you being on TBH podcast. So
Yep, 2015, same year.
yeah, okay, this is what I remember. It was on Twitter. I think you was mad about something, and I was like,
I know where this is going.
yeah, I was like, man, this is why I can't be playing on PC.
Yeah, yeah.
You typed to me in all caps. You was like, do you even have a PC? I started dying like, oh my bad. Yeah, I was like, oh shit. Yeah, I do. I was just like, man, this is why I'll be gaming on it. And then yeah, it was. I think after that, it was. I commented something on TBH podcast, and he posted on Twitter adding you. It's like it was about Witcher 3.
Yeah, I know. I remember. I remember because I had I was using the mod to do the potions and all that because I got tired of manually pausing the game.
Yeah,
But I ain't gonna lie though, the buff was crazy once you start doing that though.
yeah, that buff was crazy. I didn't even know it had buff like that.
Yeah,
So yeah, I noticed. Are these is Chase Money and Chase Money 2 your first YouTube channels?
yeah, this is my only channel. So basically, I had made the first one, but that's not a good representation of how I like the game. You know, because I was just like multiplayer kind of like I was back. You know, what I mean, where everybody was basically playing Call of Duty on YouTube,
Yeah.
and I knew I wanted to make another channel one day, so I just reserved the name
Mm-hmm.
and just put a two on it, and I was like, one day I'll just play other games on there. And then
Okay.
maybe like a couple years later, I started doing the walkthrough stuff, and it was super fun. Um, so yeah, I don't have any other. I've seen like people like using my pics and posting videos and stuff, but those aren't mine.
Okay. Because I noticed your first Chase Money account. Next year is your 15th anniversary. So how's it feel being in the game in so long, and like what do you miss about old YouTube?
Ooh, um, I really well, we've seen a lot of people and companies kind of come and go over the years. So reflecting on that, like I it's like bittersweet for some of that stuff because there's some people that you just they just quit without a word, and then there's like some of the you think about even like some of the studios how maybe bad they've gotten over the years, or some
Yeah.
studios closed, or how some franchises you really enjoyed basically got canceled. You never seen the light of day. Um, Being around for a long time is pretty cool though, because you get to kind of just see like how things have gotten bigger and flourished, but also you kind of get to see like some of the stuff that's not so great. And
Mm-hmm.
unfortunate thing is like I've not really changed much in my like how I am,
Right.
but people when you hit a certain age will start to say that you're that way because of how you are. And I'm like, bro, I've been like this since I was like 23. Like you guys
Mm.
gotta cut it out. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like it's nothing's really new. And what was the other second half of that question?
What do you
Um,
miss about old YouTube?
Oh, uh, honestly, I feel like the platform itself really did a better job of making sure that people actually got to see your content.
Mm-hmm.
Now the homepage is it's basically forced everybody to make those you go in a grocery store and you see like the National Enquirer and stuff
Yeah.
has like they've basically forced most of the people on the platform to use and make content that you would kind of see on a paper like that. So a lot of it is like randomly sensational, clickbaity, and there's a lot of emphasis on that, and just like the casual kind of, um, just like it's not as relatable. Is
Mm-hmm.
probably the best way to say it. Like a lot of the creators aren't as relatable as they used to be. Um, so that's not as fun as far as the platform. That's probably the biggest thing. And honestly, bro, I'm not gonna like this. I kind of missed the pre Fortnite era a little bit. I don't know what that game has done to gamers. Period.
Oh
But
man.
also to all the platforms, bro. It's like I don't know that has in Roblox, bro. It's done a number on the community.
Yeah.
So
And I hate one thing I hate about the new YouTube is the algorithm. It's like once you because you can like preview a video, you just on the homepage, and that just fucks up everything. Then you just get recommended whatever.
you gotta. I clear my history like once a week now
Uh.
because I keep like I don't know if it's like this for you. Everybody I ask, their homepage is littered with video essays, bro. Like the entire thing is the rise of so and so, the fall of so and so. Like there's always these like I seen something. You remember the movie The Last Dragon, bro? By chance?
Yeah.
I was on my homepage and seeing like it said something about like the sad tragedy of the entire cast. I'm like, bro, they gotta stop it. Like, but like, YouTube promotes those kinds of content because they get lots of watch time. People usually watch those for longer.
Yeah.
So there's nothing we can do about it. But like, yeah, man, I gotta clear my history often because their suggestions are
Yeah. It's crazy
why is
because
this on here?
I get like recommended like I watch um a recap of an episode, and then it's just nothing but the history of the show, the book. I'm like, yo, y'all gotta stop because people be
Yeah,
putting spoilers in the thumbnail. Like I didn't want to know
yep,
all that. And then
yep.
let's say I watch a clip from somebody's Twitch. It's just riddled with plug channels. I'm like, oh my god, like all right, this gotta stop. Like don't recommend, don't recommend. I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hate that about YouTube. All right, the streets want to know how many spooky games are we getting in October.
Every year. I mean, can I be honest? Like, I first of all, I need some good ones. Cause
Okay.
bro, like, like Steam, like they got a lot of scary games on Steam. Most of those games are ass. Like,
Right.
they're really like super simple. I like like Resident Evil, Outlast, like games like that where like you actually have like real objectives. Well, not Outlast, you just run.
Yeah.
You know, but if I can get some good ones, like there's games I haven't played Silent Hill. Like I thought about doing some of those games in October,
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
the
I
remake
just
about to
kind of,
come out.
but yeah, I need some good, and I'll play like I'll do a bunch of them, but jump scares, bro. Like I'm not. I never used to get scared of games, and then I played Resident Evil. What was that 7? Village was the most recent one, right?
Yeah.
I think I
Or
played
four
7.
remake.
More remake. I think I played 7. Whatever it was in 2017. I don't know that game, bro. That made me real like I don't know, man. I hate it.
Hey man, I was always a bitch with scary games. I didn't come around
Really?
to like Evil Within. I want to say,
I
cause I,
miss those.
yeah, cause that was like when it wasn't really nothing out on the PlayStation yet, so I was just playing whatever. I'm like, all right, cause I think the first scary game, cause I think playing the OG Resident Evil, the dog scared me so much. I'm like, I'm good. And I was a little kid.
Yeah.
And then I didn't play Resident Evil again until like 4. My homie brought his PS3 over. He spent the night, and we just took turns passing the controller. So yeah, I was always a bitch until Evil Within, and then I got into RE2 Remake was like the first Resident Evil I beat by myself. So like, yeah, I can't take those games, but I'm into it
It's
now.
it's the sound more like than anything.
Oh
You know.
yeah, Dead Space Remake sound design
Oh,
crazy.
that second one, the Dead Space 2, the OG one, that is
Hmm.
by far the scariest game I ever played, bro. That I've never been on edge as much as because they do a good job because they're not all you don't know when the scare is coming. Sometimes you think it's coming and it doesn't. So
Hmm.
like that and Alien Isolation or like the atmosphere is probably like the best I've ever played for a game that just kept you on the edge the whole time.
That's why I couldn't play Alien Isolation, bro. It's like because you can't really fight back. It's just, you get scared away. I was like, I'm
Well, you
good.
could fight back later. You get like flamethrowers and stuff, but then
Yeah.
you realize that there's like more than one of those things
Hmm.
at the end. And I was like, I need to beat this game, get off of this.
Yeah, I was like, I'm good, man. I might have a heart attack because I like to play with the headphones, so like I couldn't do that.
Yep,
And then, but yeah, Dead Space Remake is good because like
amazing.
it's no one has the same encounters because I've seen people go in the same room as me, didn't have any enemies, and then I come out of the room, it's like a army of them. Like, okay, this is different. So I really like that game. All right, next one. This is just a random thing. Off the top, who's your starting six for Pokemon?
I'm the worst person to ask a Pokemon question, bro. Because after Red and Blue, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't give you a legit lineup or none of that. To be honest with you,
Hey, you can go
that's
with the
a
oldies.
um. Is this just the ones I like, or this is my actual team that I'm gonna fight with?
You can fight with them.
Man, I'm about to pick the worst. I'm about to embarrass everybody out here and myself.
Yeah.
Starting six,
Mm-hmm. I
man.
I'll go first so you can get think.
All right, go ahead.
I'll go with Espeon, Tyranitar. Um, I think I'll put what's his name, Empoleon in there, Gengar, and I need a fire. Yeah, see, this is tough. I didn't want to get my list ready to. I wanted to make it challenging. Let me get. Damn. I'm gonna just throw in a legendary in there because why not? I'm gonna go with. I'll go with Palkia in there, and then I'm gonna just let me get Snorlax in there.
Man, I'm trying to remember what I would use. I like Googled all my my lineup. Like, uh, mm,
Yeah, when you get put on the spot, it's hard because I played
this is okay.
all the way up to Black and White, so I should know like the roster.
Yeah. Uh, let's go. Charizard. Uh, we could do Gyarados.
Okay.
Um, do like Gengar. I need. I need Rock. Um, I don't need Rock. Well, let's just say Onyx or Steelix. Which one is it? I think it's Steelix.
Steelix is
Steelix. He wasn't on Red and Blue.
and it was
We heard
gold and
about him.
silver, gold and silver.
Yeah. What's that for?
Yeah.
What do I need? How about that? What do I need?
Hey man, you can need whatever you want. It's all about your strategies.
Okay.
Yeah, Charizard, Gyarados, Steelix, Gengar.
I need who? Which one is one of the forms of not Vaporeon? What's the electric
E-
version of that?
Eevee, Jolteon.
Jolteon. I'll
Okay.
pick Jolteon, and but I'm just saying stuff I remember at this point.
Hey man,
Uh,
that's what you gotta do.
legendary. I can't remember the legendary from the first game.
Uh, Zapdos, Moltres, Articuno, Mewtwo.
We're gonna go with Mew. There it is.
All
That's all I
right.
got.
Okay. All right. Before we get into the big topic, how are you feeling about Black Myth Wukong now that you're further into the game?
Game's amazing. However, there's a couple things that's not so great. And the one thing the big it might just be me because I complain about this routinely, especially on the old game. That camera, bro. I can't lie. That camera sometimes like you'll be like kind of like you have your back turned to a surface. The camera will pan in a way where you
Mm-hmm.
can't see your character anymore or the character you're fighting. Um, I don't really. Other than that though, like the game is that game is kind of. I think it's top tier personally.
Okay. I haven't played it yet because I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just wait for the performance patch.
Oh
Uh,
no, the performance is ass. Like I, yeah,
yeah,
it's not good at all.
that's so I'm like, I'm good because I heard like, I think it's a yellow something. He has a hitbox is dumb, so I'm like, I need a
The
better
yellow wind
performance.
sage,
Yeah.
yeah,
I,
maybe that's why my attacks were just missing, and I felt like I should have did damage, and then he had like this much health and killed me. I'm not sure.
yeah, because
Uh,
my friend called me complaining about it. I was like, well, I know he's a spammer in these type of games, so I was like, I was talking shit. But then the next day I saw something about the boss, like the hitbox is dumb. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
he was right.
I mean
Okay,
he's obviously beatable because I beat him, but
yeah,
you know,
yeah, better performance, always better. So like, I'm gonna wait. And my homie bought Star Wars Outlaws, so I had a chance to play that too. But I was like, shitty
I don't think I'm on it.
performance. Yeah, bro, it's looking it's looking like a 5 out of 10, bro.
Yeah, like is it because I bought a costume for it and everything. I
Uh-huh.
got like the Han Solo out, and I just like seen the gameplay, and because I'm playing Black Myth already, and I just finished Elden, I can't do that, bro. Like that's too close together, and it doesn't look like it's going to be good enough for me to spend however many hours for that Ubisoft game.
Yeah, it's a short game too. So it's like
Is it?
15 to 20 hours. Um, but yeah, it's just
I can't do it.
what everybody was saying is I listened to a bunch of people. People saying like it takes elements from a lot of games, but they say it's a master of none. It's not even like average at any. It's just it's just the bare minimum. Like, oh, there's
Yeah,
stealth in here. We're like we're known for having good stealth games. Splinter Cell,
that's the only
Assassin's,
they
early Assassin's
were.
Creed, yeah, but now it's bad.
Is Far Cry? Was that six? I think it was six. The last one.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna lie. That might be the worst stuff I've ever seen, bro. They didn't even like. They didn't try, and it's like, yeah, you do. You guys do have Splinter Cells. I just don't know how you don't use that. But that it's been 10 years since we had one of those games, so who knows, bro?
Yeah, so I'm like, I can't bring myself. I'm like, there's other. I got a backlog. I don't need to
Yeah,
be playing Star Wars right now if
yeah.
it's
Because
not that
last
good.
year was so good. I have probably 7 or 8 games from last year that I need to like play.
Yeah, I
So
didn't
I
play
just
a
like,
lot from last year.
yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah,
Nuts.
amazing year. Okay, now, all right, we're gonna talk about our game of the years for the past decade. So, just gonna go back and forth. You could talk a little bit about the game that you chose. All right, so I'll go first. 2014. I thought it wasn't that crazy year, but it has some other stuff. So I chose Tales of Xillia 2. I don't know if you played the Tales of series by
Tales of
Bandai.
Arise, I started that. I really enjoyed it. Something
Mm.
else came up. I ended up not finishing it, but I'm going to go back and finish that game.
Okay, Tales of Xillia 2. It's only a couple games in the series that like have a sequel. This is one of them. It's like one of the last, I think the second to the last game that came out on PS3. Great story, great game. It was gonna be, I was gonna choose Dragon Age Inquisition, but I was like, when I was looking at the list, I'm like, oh shit, this came out in 2014. But 2014 had a solid list of games. It had Infamous, South Park, Stick of Truth,
Hmm.
Shadow Mordor.
I'm looking at it right now. Bayonetta 2.
Yeah, nobody
It
played.
wasn't crazy, but it was definitely a solid year.
Yeah, nobody played Bayonetta 2 that year because it was a Wii U. Yeah, okay, yeah, that was mine. Yeah, like I said, great combat. You could do some crazy combos. This story was much darker than many of the ones I played. So yeah, it was a solid game, and like
How many hours do you think that game is? About?
oh, it's a like 60, 70 maybe.
Really?
Yeah, it's like that.
Um, man, 14. I have on my list. It was Stick of Truth.
Hmm.
Uh, I could have went. Nah, it was Miss Stick of Truth. Realistically, um, that game was the game I didn't. I wasn't even gonna like play it
Yeah,
because I didn't. I mean, it was like some turn-based stuff. It didn't really look. I didn't really know. And then we were doing a podcast, and then Prophecy was like, "Yo, you're tripping." He said this is a 10 out of 10, and I'm like, because like when you really talk to people that play a lot of games, they don't say that. So when somebody's saying it's 10, it's like, all right. I was like, all right, I'll play it. So I ended up playing it like a few weeks after launch.
yeah,
I was super fun. I just everything about the that I liked about the show was on there. The gameplay was actually really solid too. It's one of the few games where you create a character, the story's still good, and because of the supporting cast. Because a lot of times you create a character on the game, it's not going to be that exciting. But
all
that
right,
one was great. I really really liked it. That's definitely. I didn't have a problem picking that one at all. That was easier. South Park.
yeah. That was gonna be mine, yeah, because it was so good and like I played games like that before where you gotta time your attack to get more damage or like to get take less damage.
Yeah.
With old RPGs like Magna Carta. Uh, yeah, it was solid. I was really shocked by it because I haven't played a South Park game since like 64, and then it was
That
like,
game's
oh,
that game's bad.
yeah, it is. I played
That
with
game's
cheat codes to beat it.
yeah.
So yeah, it was solid. I really liked the story. I was really shocked by them. I'm like, okay. And 2015 for me, of course, it's obvious. Witcher 3, man. Witcher 3.
Yeah. I don't.
I think
It's not
when
even close.
yeah, when I saw the trailers for this, I'm like, I was hyped because I played Witcher 2 on 360 before that, and so I think I saw Angry Joe's review for Witcher 2, and I was like, a hard action RPG from a Western studio. Like, all right, I gotta try this out. And it was hard. It's Witcher 2 is much harder than Witcher 3. You'll get your ass busted if you
That's what I was. That's what I was told.
yeah, if you don't come with the right equipment. Um so yeah, I played this and then I fell in love with it. I just went off the map, off the beaten path and just exploring everything. Um I beat it twice. I platinumed it. I played on like hard first playthrough.
How many
Bro,
hours?
I don't even know. It's 17 days. That's what it says.
17 days.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, and I was just dicking around for a lot of time playing Gwent. So
Went. Oh my god, bro! That game took me completely out of my playthrough for like 3 weeks.
yeah, Gwent is just amazing. I have a I have the no. I mean whatever the deck with what's the name? Foul Test the king. So I forget which like country that is or whatever.
Mm,
Like, but yeah, I got Tristan there. It's OP as hell.
yeah.
But yeah, Witcher 3
Um.
was amazing. I like the combat. I hope the combat's better in Witcher 4 because I try to get my friends on and a lot of people can't get into the combat. I'm like understandable, but yeah, I love like
Yeah.
you had to strategize going in. Like, oh, make sure you had this right oil on, this right potion. You drank the right
Mhm.
potion, so it's a lot of strategic elements going in. And then, bro, just if you don't like the story doing after you do the Bloody Baron quest, I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. Just don't like good storytelling because I was amazed by that. That was a side quest.
Yeah. So I'm looking. I did not play Bloodborne yet.
Yeah.
I'm eventually play it. It better be everything people said it was. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. The way people been hyping up Bloodborne for the last decade or almost a decade is crazy. So
It's
I'm gonna play it.
it's good. That's my first Souls game.
Okay. Uh, is it better than Elden Ring to you?
Uh, if they came out with a performance patch, then probably.
Okay. Um, yeah, my game of the year for that year is definitely Witcher. And it's funny because that was my first one. I wasn't sure if I was gonna play it or not, and I was just not impressed for like the beginning of the game. I was doing a mission, and I was doing a side quest, and like this lady asked me to find two pots, and I was
Yeah.
I was like, yo, this game's garbage, bro. Like, but I always say like I try to give games a good amount of hours before I move on because some of the best games I've ever played had really slow starts. So I was like, I'm definitely gonna get it. And the more I got into it, the more I really enjoyed the game, and it was way different than games I played too, which is always a plus because sometimes you kind of get stuck realizing you're playing kind of the same, groups of
Yeah.
genres of games. So this was kind of completely separate from what I was used to. I know it was long and everything like that, but I didn't mind. I just felt like there's so much content on here. I was impressed. Now the performance was not great. I had a couple progression bugs that stopped me from playing the game for I think a month.
Hmm.
Um, so that wasn't good. But like gameplay wise, I think a lot of people, like we've played God of War and Devil May Cry and Kingdom Hearts and all these games with the crazy combat combos and all of that. So then when you depart from that, you play Witcher and it's just like simple, 2, 3 hit combos and all that kind of stuff, and you gotta kind of put stuff on your weapon. I don't think a lot of people transition from that easily, so
Yeah.
they don't. They're comparing it to those, but it's a whole other kind of strategy with that. I thought it was fire, and what I really, really, the reason I know the game is as good as it is because I started seeing the copycat stuff from other studios right after I played The Witcher. Like, I played The Witcher 3, and I love Assassin's Creed Origins. But I was like, these people clearly have played the whole way they laid the game out and started putting more effort into the side quests, and it just felt like people have been playing The Witcher, which is a good thing. So, um, and that they had what like 16 free DLCs or something crazy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no microtransactions, 16 free DLCs, three full-fledged expansions, bro. Witcher 3 for sure, 100%.
Did you play the expansions?
I did not play the expansions. I typically don't play. I started the first one, which was that Blood and Wine or whatever it was called.
Hearts to Stone, something like that.
Yeah, I started that one. And I ended up just like getting overwhelmed by a whole bunch of other games and have not played it since. Um, Me and my girl, because we were trying to learn keyboard and mouse, so
Hmm.
The Witcher is the game that we were doing that with. So if anything, I ended up playing it, um, from trying to learn keyboard and mouse.
Yeah, they're really good. And Blood and Wine is just like to wrap it up, and then you get like extra dialogue, whatever, who you chose to romance
Yeah,
and stuff. But yeah,
right.
they're both exceptional expansions of Blood and Wine. Is like, bro, that's what DLC should be. People get mad when I compare it to that. I'm like, bro, it got new enemies, they got new locale, and so much. I'm like, hey, if your thing ain't. That's why I got mad at Spider-Man DLC 2018. I'm like, what the hell is this?
I didn't even bother. And Batman's DLC was trash. I think it was Arkham Knight. One of them DLCs was horrible, dude. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, this is why I don't play DLC.
Yeah, I didn't even buy it. My homie did. I just game chat like, bro, I told you not to buy this shit. I was that shit was a scam. But okay, yeah, 2015 it had a solid year. Dying Light, which is surprise
love,
hit.
love, love Down Light.
Yeah, too bad the sequel sucked.
I didn't. Did you finish it?
No, bro, it was so bad. I played it for like a few. Bro, I Dying Light 2. It had this bug where you just started dying. It was like the floor was lava for some reason. It would randomly happen from time to time, and then somebody would revive you, and then you would just get killed again. I was like, I can't with this game. And then it was just so weird. They like, oh,
No
no
guns.
guns. Yeah, I was like, I'm done with this game. And then like,
Yeah,
when you get attacked at night in the first game, it was nothing like how it was in first. I'm like, how'd y'all go backwards? So
nighttime on that first game, boy. You
yeah,
you can be out there if you want. I was
right.
cheesing, of course, by the safe house, getting XP and running back in if I was getting low on health. But dude, that was so scary.
Bro, I have videos on my channel of like fighting people who invaded with my homies. It was so fun. But yeah, nighttime was a different beast on the first game. It's crazy that they fumbled. Uh, yeah, Rise of Tomb Raider, Life is Strange.
Loved it.
Yeah, it is crazy. Bloodborne, of course. All right, 2016. You had Overwatch, Mafia 3, Dishonored 2, East 8, which I told you about when I was on the
Mhm.
podcast. And then, but my game of the year is Persona 5. I've been a Persona fan since 3.
That was
That's
16.
yeah, the first Persona.
Okay, so far down the list, I didn't even see.
Yeah, it was a surprise. Overwatch won Game of the Year at the Game Awards, but yeah, Persona 5, that's amazing. Yeah, I liked it since 3. I never beat 3. I made it super far. 3 is like one of the hardest Persona games, even in the remake. You get your ass busted. And I beat 4, but yeah, 5. Great cast of characters. The music is just it's a banger. Um, the themes it tackles, like the first dungeon you do, I'm like, yo, this is insane. And yeah, it's just like I liked how they changed up each palace because that was a big problem with early Persona. Like it's just the same thing. So each palace
Really?
would, yeah, like in Persona 3 is just one big dungeon crawler. The rooms don't change. That's a big negative for 3. 4, each one has a different dungeon, but like the design is still the same. So 5 is when they really changed it up, and then they added new moves like the baton pass. That changes the game. That's new for 5, which they added in a remake for 3. They
Oh,
have a
cool.
baton pass, yeah, and then you get the gun mechanic, like so it you get rewarded a lot for maxing out your relationships with people in Persona 5. And hot take, Persona 5 vanilla is better than Royal. I'm sorry, I don't. People hyped up Royal. I bought Royal. I bought both of the special editions. They're in my on my shelf. I bought the original
What?
and Royal. I don't like Royal like everybody like this. Like, oh, this changed my life. I'm gonna call out Mr. Matty Plays. I'm sorry. He's like, hey, shout out to him. He said it made him get into game development, so he's making his own game. I'm like, that's dope. But I'm like, I don't know what you saw. That made
It's
you
not
get
that much of a departure from the original game, where it's a patched Persona 5 with an extra
yeah.
like arc if you choose to do it. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah, new character, extra arc, and Atlas and the fan base was hyping up the last semester, like, oh, you get to spend more time. I'm like, that dialogue was ass. They put no effort into. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I wasn't a fan.
I was
It
like,
wasn't horrible, but I wasn't.
yeah, it was, and I played it twice. I beat it on Xbox as well. So just to make sure, I did it with a different character. I romanced a different character, and I'm like, I'm looking at this dialogue, I'm like, bro, what is this throwaway dialogue I put in here? It's like, damn, it doesn't matter. I like the music in the dungeon. That final dungeon, that music was really good. But yeah, this the plot twist when you get caught, how they get out of it, amazing. Persona 5 is one of the best JRPGs I ever played. I actually got a bunch of my homies into Persona series because of I like yo, you should play Persona 5, man. It's different. But yeah, that was a solid game by Atlas. Like, but I don't hate Royal. If I get, I think I gave Persona 5 original like a 9.5. I'll give Royal like a 9 or 8.5 because also it made Royal is way too easy. We played on Merciless. That game is a cakewalk.
Yeah, I was. Well, if you use those DLC personas on there, bro, you could just run through the game off off rip right from the beginning.
Oh, I didn't even do that. Yeah, yeah, but yeah,
I think
that
it was called the Myriad Truths. One of them moves, bro, is like you could go into the mementos and fight Reapers without the flu glitch that we was all doing, cheating on
oh
it.
damn. I see. Yeah, that's busted then.
Yeah, the Myriad Truth move on there. Like once you can finally get exactly what you need, bro, you can go in there and just hit 99 so fast and then just blow through the game, basically. Um,
Yeah.
so I don't remember. So okay, my thing is some of these games I didn't play the year they came out. I don't think it's fair for me to make that the game of that year. I think I played Persona 5 in 17. No, I played it in 16. I was in this house and we had just moved here. It was at the very end of the year. Um, I'm gonna say Persona 5. However, I'm not. Let's just act like I didn't. We
Hmm.
just had the whole conversation about that. I'm gonna go with Uncharted 4.
Okay.
I mean that was an easy pick because I didn't even realize Persona came out that year. Overwatch, I loved Overwatch for like 3 years, but I didn't start playing it until 2019, and that's kind of when the game started downfall.
Oh
So I
yeah,
couldn't even use that.
I was out of Overwatch. Like, I played it like 80 hours, but I didn't have nobody to play with, so I was out quick. I was playing ranked, and I was getting crazy mad. Like, I haven't got that mad since I was a kid, and then like they started nerfing it. I came back. When they nerfed Symmetra, I was like, that's when I was completely out.
Yeah. And I mean, 16 looks like a a decent year. It doesn't look
Yeah.
amazing. I mean, we have didn't play Titanfall 2's story, which I hear great things about. Dark Souls. I was not into Souls yet. On Dark Souls 3. Doom. I have not played Doom in a while, but I know those are good. Last Guardian. I can't lie, bro. They hyped that up for a decade. I didn't even finish it.
I'm like, I don't know what people seeing.
It's straight up, bro. Like these dudes had me go back and play the Shadow of Colossus first, and I
Hmm.
was like, okay, cool. But then I was like, nah, the Last Guardian's not good. Um, Final Fantasy 15. I don't even fast travel. They just had you sitting in the car.
Don't get me started on that game, bro. I have a vlog. I went to the LA release date premiere where Greg Miller and stuff was hosting it. I went to that. I was sitting by like producers and staff of Square Enix. Bro, it was his fanboy in front of me, bro. I'm like, bro, you making Americans look bad. He was like, Taisei son, oh my god. He's like, you're a god. And then the dude was getting embarrassed. He like, shh. He's like, can you sign this for me? I'm like, oh my god, bro, what are you doing? And then
Yeah.
yeah, it was like, but yeah, he worked on Kingdom Hearts and stuff. So I'm like, oh, that's dope. I was sitting with my friend. I was hyped for this game. This game, bro, I got a story. It was originally called Versus 13. In
Final Fantasy.
yeah, 15. It was originally
Okay.
called Versus 13. They had a project. It was called Project Chrysalis or some shit, where they novella something, and it had Final Fantasy 13. That's the one with lightning. It had Agito 13, which they originally changed to Type. They changed it to Type Zero. Came out on PSP, and then Verse 13. They all center around a theme of crystals, but like a long development. Tatsuya Nomura, Kingdom Hearts creator, he was originally at the helm of the project. So they announced this on the PS3, bro. I remember being in GameStop as a kid. This white lady came in, and she was like, "I think I'm ready to make the purchase. This is buying the fat PS3. This is early, bro. It took like 9 years to come out. $600 console. She was like, I gotta get it for Verse 13. Little did she know she would be waiting so long to play it. Not even on the PS3.
Oh man.
I'll never forget that. So I
Nine
was,
years or something.
yeah, I was fucking hyped for this game. That's why I think it sold so well. It was like the one of the best selling Final Fantasy ever.
I
Even
went
though,
to Target to get that. Matter of fact, bro, they gave me a the soda
uh huh.
that they have. I still have it on my shelf. He gave it to me. He was like, yeah, it comes with this thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like I went to Target for that
yeah,
for sure.
yeah. I bought the movie. Disappointing because it changed directors and it went through crazy development hell. They had them on everything, and I stopped gaming for 2 months. I was disappointed. That put me behind on backlog.
Dang.
I never caught up ever since. Uh,
Um, do you
yeah.
have any sleepers for 2016? Just
Tw-
like one game that like
uh,
totally slept on. Surprise.
oh yeah, Dishonored 2 was really good. That's I think that was slept on because it didn't sell well.
Nope.
Terrible
I
selling
I
series.
love that game.
Yeah. And like I said, East 8, bro, really good. That was my first East game. Action RPG. They have it's a long running series. You don't have to play them in any order because they just tell stories of different parts of the main character's life. I
Okay.
I think it's based off of a book.
Okay.
Well, yeah, it's really solid. All right, so 2017. This is a meh year. Uh, but yeah, we got like Wolfenstein New Colossus, and I don't even know what this game is. I just put GR. Shit, I don't know what that is, but
ER.
yeah, GR, whatever that
You think
is.
2017 was like a so-so year? I'm seeing some not classics. I'm seeing some really good games on here.
Maybe I missed it, but yeah, Wolfenstein was great. Whatever GR is, I think that's
What
good.
is? Are you sure you're looking at 17, bro?
Yeah, cause
17 got Horizon, Mario Odyssey, Cuphead, Breath of the Wild, Resident Evil 7, Nier, Assassin's Creed Origins, Injustice 2. Oh
oh
yeah, the new Colossus is on here.
okay, okay,
Neo.
I missed some games.
And
Neo.
17. Yeah, 17. Evil Within 2, Little Nightmares.
Oh, see, that's right. I didn't play a lot of this game, so like,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I didn't play Evil Within 2. I actually didn't beat Evil Within 1 till like this year, cause
I like the second one better for sure.
I was a
But
bitch.
I don't know if it's objectively better. I just enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think 1 is scarier,
Yeah, it is.
because it's more tight. Yeah, I forgot about Horizon. Yeah, Horizon's good. What the fuck is GR, bro? I have no idea.
GR.
2017. You see any games with G in there?
Gravity Rush.
Gravity Rush. Okay, yes.
Gravity Rush 2.
Excellent game.
That's your game of the year for the year?
No, it's actually like a visual novel type game. Danganronpa. Have you ever heard of this?
What?
Yeah,
What's it called?
Danganronpa. Danganronpa. That's the one where you see me posted a bear in Discord.
Oh, wait. How you spell the first word?
Uh, this one word.
Oh,
Danganronpa.
I've seen this before.
Yeah, it's so good, man.
The visual
Danganronpa
novel.
V3. Yeah, it's like it had like mini games in there. It's a murder mystery. It's really good, bro. It's one of the best stories ever. I,
Let me
I didn't think I
17.
was.
Let me.
Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna get into it because it first came out on like I think Vita, the games, and then I watched the games like they came out with an anime too for like the first one, and then I think they did one for the second game, like a sequel. But yeah, I watched the games on YouTube, and then when V3 came out, I was like, I gotta play it, and I'm like, yo,
I put it on my wish list. I think I'm gonna
this is
play that.
one of the best stories I ever played. Yeah, you got some downtime, play it. Yeah, it's like high schoolers get trapped into a school, and the only way you get out is you gotta kill somebody and get away with it. And if you can't figure out who it is, then the rest of the students get killed.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good.
All right. 17. I'm gonna be honest. Like reflecting on it, this is kind of a pack year. Like, like this year, 2024, we don't have half this many games that this year had. Platoon is on here. Shadow of War, which did not have a great launch because of the microtransactions, but they took them out.
Oh yeah, that's why I
Uh,
skipped that.
yeah, Insane Trilogy was good. The Fractured Butthole is good. Is on there the same. This is all the same. Yikes.
Damn. See, yeah, I think I put down my 2017 list like rushed because I did it like
I
last
rushed
minute.
mine because I just put Horizon like,
hmm
and I mean I still feel like that. Like I don't know what it is. I'm a sucker for games where like you use a bow for the most part. I don't know what it is. It's just like really rewarding to kill stuff with bows. Um, I wanted to use a bow on Elden Ring. I was advised by a thousand people
Yeah.
not to do anything of the sort. So
hmm
that's why I didn't. But definitely Horizon. Honorable mention though, or my sleeper, which is not really a sleeper, but it kind of is, was Cuphead for sure. That was the game. I had my eyes on that for like 3 years. Followed the whole development when that came out. It was everything I thought it was going
Are you ever gonna go back to Cuphead?
to be. I will. Trey been getting on me. It's been a scheduling thing, and like, cause I know it's not easy, so I know we're going to be doing that island for like 4 hours, cause like
Yeah.
it's the first island. I could get off the first island. That second island, bro. I don't know it like I um, but yeah, 2017. This might be the best year on here besides last year, as far as volume, not games, but like how many.
Yeah. All right, 2018. Spider-Man, God of War, Red Dead, Smash Bros, Detroit, Shadow Tomb Raider, A Way Out, Dragon Ball Fighters, Monster Hunter World. A lot of games on here, and I probably missed
Wow.
some. Uh, oh shit, I did have those. I did have. I'm just looking at my list. I did have Horizon. Hellblade, the first one, Mass Effect Andromeda. But yeah, 2018. My game of the year is Vampire. It's by I think it's by Focus.
Really?
Yeah. Uh,
So that was one of the games that looked like it was a fun platinum, and I was like, I want to play this just to go for the platinum. Um, I think I bought it too. I haven't played it yet, but I know like I didn't hear like I just it just seemed like it was an above average game. I didn't hear like it was.
yeah, it's like a double A budget. The combat a little clunky, but like you play as a doctor who gets turned into a vampire, so you like basically gotta fight your morals. Like I'm here to save people, but like you can choose to give into your hunger because you can just go around in the hospital just eating people. And so basically you could keep them alive. Like yeah, you could get the platinum in 2 playthroughs, but I fucked up. I accidentally let somebody die or whatever, so it just fucked up my whole playthrough. So I'm like, I'm not getting the platinum. But yeah, like it's a tough game. If you don't go searching for stuff, you can't get busted. Like but yeah, it's a fun game. It was a sleeper hit. I really enjoyed the story, and then fast forward to this year, Banishers, another game published by Focus, found out they're in the same universe.
I need to because I have it, but like I have a list of games that I want to play. I need to move that higher up in the order. So I forgot
Yeah,
about that.
yeah, you can upgrade your abilities and the equipment. You have a gun and you fight with like a cane, I think, or a spike to like stick to enemies, and then yeah, you upgrade your abilities. I think when you use a certain attack, you get health back because it's like a vampire strike or something or bite. So yeah, it's decent combat. It's like I said, that's what I like about Focus. They make these like smaller budget games, but they're really good. Like another one is Greedfall. They published that.
Yeah, yeah.
Another solid one. But yeah, that was it. Was this was a tough year for games. Like a lot of good games, but I gotta go with Vampire.
So what you just said about the smaller budgets, the industry used to be like that, where most of the games
Mm-hmm.
had budgets like that. I don't know what happened over the like during the PS4 era, but they just started funneling ginormous budgets into all the games, and they take twice as long, and we get less games. The industry is not. I think it's going to have to go back to how it was PS3, PS2, first year or two of PS4, because they can't keep spending $200 million on all these games.
Yeah.
First of all, it's just not a good idea. But like, it's just I think it'd be better for us and for them if they gave us games like that, because
Yeah.
those are the games that kind of carry us in between the big releases. You know what I mean? But now, every time we turn around, we're like, well, we spent 300 million. Like you shouldn't have.
Yeah. Because listen, I'll say Spider-Man 2. I don't know what that budget went to.
It was it was a couple 100 million for sure. Because I remember when GTA 5 came out at that time, it was insane to hear that a video game had a $300 million budget.
Hmm.
Not anymore. I think Halo Infinite's budget like close to that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's just I don't know what the budget is going to, but in a lot of cases, this cannot be going into game development because we're playing the games, and I'm like, mechanically, there's no way y'all put that much money into this because games, two eras before this has better mechanics.
Yeah.
Um, Before I give mine question, so sometimes we go for a platinum and something goes really wrong, and then you realize that like you're probably not going to get this. What was your biggest like platinum disaster where you just kind of like screwed yourself and you're like, I I just can't do it.
Man, I'm gonna have to look at my trophies, but it's been a couple of those that I just like I give up. I think off memory, I want to say L.A. Noir. I screwed up. I think I got too much damage on the mission. The whole game, I was playing on hard. Whole game, I was doing fine, and then I didn't even know I hit something. And then when until the mission was over, I'm like, well, it's too late
You
now.
like you had a property with the car or something?
Yeah. So like, I'm good. I'm not doing that game over. Cause what I was missing is like driving every car, some killing a certain amount with every gun, stuff like that, easy stuff. But because I messed up that property damage, I'm like, I would have to play the whole game over. I'm like, nah, I'm straight.
I got two, and they're both because of you.
Me? What did I do?
Bro, when we had the Persona challenge,
Mm.
play that game 2 times, the entire game, because I was blowing through the game. You like, yo, how you doing it this fast? I'm like, man, I don't know, this is crazy. I get all the way to basically like the last part of the game, and then realize that I couldn't build a relationship with that damn counselor because he leaves at a certain time,
Oh.
and his whole he's you got to talk to him to get the whole extra content, and I didn't talk to that dude. I had to do the entire game over, and that's not a short game.
No, it's
So I
not.
had to do that, and then I wanted to get the whole Mass Effect trilogy. Plus, like you got the 3 different game plats, and then you have the big one for being consistent.
Yeah.
And I didn't get a girlfriend, bro, or whatever on that first game.
Oh,
So
damn.
now if I want to, I'd have to replay the whole first game, and I think I'm going to do it too. But who's else? And then Hogwarts Legacy, bro. Hogwarts Legacy. I can't lie. Like there was a couple collectibles because they're not numbered. Like any other game, you like, oh, okay, I'm missing number 68. Let me. They don't do that on there, bro. It's just I couldn't do it, bro. And I was so close, but I just gave up. I had Google Docs and spreadsheets up, and I like that's too much. I should be able to pull up a YouTube video and just get stuff, but they didn't number the collectibles. So
I think that's why I never finished Hogwarts. I was focused too much. I'm like, bro, this is too much. I had like 20 hours in there. I'm like level 17, and I still haven't got the broom yet.
oh
Yeah, I was doing too much.
yeah, okay. 2018, my 2018, I have. I mean, it's pretty low hanging fruit. I just have God of War here. I huge God of War fan. I didn't know I didn't think the game was gonna be good or like. I played Ascension. Ascension's okay, but that's after God of War 3, which
Hmm.
is amazing to me, and it felt like the end. Ascension was okay, and then I seen like the new camera angles and all that. I was like, I don't know. And then I played it, and then Baldur knocked on the door, and we got that opening sequence. I mean, there's some stuff about the game that wasn't great. But I had between that and Red Dead, um, it was kind of hard, but I went God of War, and I could have easily put Spider Man in there as well. That year for having those three all in the same year is kind of nuts. But I got God of
Yeah, it's crazy because I also didn't think 2018 it wasn't gonna be good because I'm like, sad dad, like we just
War.
got
Yeah,
this with
like
Last of Us, like what are y'all doing? And the combat kind of like made me nervous because we got it's way different from what we're used to.
way different.
And but yeah, great game, fantastic game. I was at the Game Awards that year one. I recorded like them going on stage and everything.
Goes. All right, and the game award for Game of the Year goes to God of War.
It was dope. And yeah, I got to play Smash early because I went to like the after party, Smash Ultimate early. But yeah, that was a great game. Red Dead was awesome. I watched your playthrough because I can't get into Red Dead combat. I tried. My friend let me borrow in high school the first game. I was like, I don't like these controls, man.
It's not Red Dead 2. It's just there's not much to the combat. You're just shooting people, which is fine, but they do everything else is amazing. But the
Yeah.
shooting is just really, really simple. It's just the presentation of everything else is what pushes it. But like there were some things they could have did better as far as combat goes. It's definitely clunky controls, 100%.
Yeah,
Anytime YouTubers start telling you to tweak dead zones, that means the controls on the game were clunky, bro.
yeah. One thing I like about God of War, new God of War, stop with the armor, bro. I'm tired of games copying armor. Like, bro, I don't want to do these stat stuff. Like, man, you're doing too much. But
Yeah,
yeah,
all the RPG stuff.
yeah, solid game, amazing game. All right, 2019. My game of the year is Control. And
Oh, really?
yes, I love Control. It shocked me so much. I can't tell you what the fuck's going on in this story.
Oh yeah, me either.
But it was just something about the abilities. Like the abilities aren't too crazy, but it's like being strategic with them, and then the map is ass. One of the worst maps in gaming. But
Yeah.
yeah, just the supernatural that was going on, and then I was reading every document trying to understand, and I was not understanding. But yeah, the combat is interesting. I like the shifts in the building,
Yeah.
and then bro, that maze is incredible.
At the end with the janitor.
It was like when the music started playing. I
Yeah,
forget
I
what.
think that's,
Yeah,
that's close to the end. Yeah.
yeah, that was great. It surprised me so much. I'm like, I didn't think I was gonna like it that much. Um, I think this one I started going crazy into platinums again because I went back for it because I was only missing like a couple collectibles or something. But yeah, this had Devil May Cry 5.
I didn't think 2019 was that good,
Yeah, it
especially after we looked at the other ones. This is kind of wow.
RE2 remake, Sekiro Fallen Order,
Probably them
uh
Plague Tale.
Plague Tale, and then I don't know if you play Astral Chain on Switch. Like,
Mm, most certainly not KH3.
oh no, fuck Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't care, bro. It's the defenders was in full force. They just searching up tweets of somebody not liking it, and they want to get into arguments with you on Twitter. I'm like, bro, just you enjoy your game, but I don't think it's that good, bro.
There's games I like, I love, and the games I like. This game's not good. I love certain games, but I know it's not a good game.
Bro, I could go on a whole rant week. We have to have another discussion of that. Fuck that game. I'm like,
And you follow the whole story, so you know way more about what's going on than I do.
yeah.
I came in, I was like, what is happening on here?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, fuck Kingdom Hearts 3. I didn't even put it on my list of games that came out this year because I saw it. I was like, get this shit out of here.
yeah. 19, I had Sekiro. Um, that is I'm not a Souls vet. I've only played, I get what? Elden, Sekiro, Liza P. Is that all? Three.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
it
that's
was only
it.
3 I played. I'm not really a veteran like that. I'm still kind of, I'm a noob, but that's my favorite one for sure, for sure. Uh, I don't know what it is. That combat on there is just, I don't know, man. It's really good.
It's just so. It feels so good when you get the deflecting down.
Yeah, it's really like rewarding to get that, and you have to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't get me wrong. You can cheese, and if you're like losing, you can grapple away. You can't do that against bosses, but against anybody else, you can kind of just like leave.
I didn't play Sekiro to this year, and we'll get into that on another topic. But
Okay.
yeah, great game.
Now, I also love that Star Wars. That was one of the games. Every
Mhm.
once in a while, there's a game that comes out, and I'm like, and I skip it. Not because it didn't look amazing. It's just that people's like, this is a Souls game, and I was like, it's not in the mood. And then I ended up playing it. I think maybe 6 months after launch, and I was like, as soon as I turned the game on, I was like, whoa, and I felt like an idiot. It was one of those. If I had to pick any other game that I could say was game of the year, I would say Star Wars for sure.
Yeah, Star Wars is excellent. That would be my runner-up. It's like baby's first Souls because it's not really challenging. Anybody, if you're struggling on normal, you just ask. I'm sorry because I was playing on Grandmaster, and the parry window is small, and then I lowered it to C, the difference, just to Jedi Master.
Way
Bro,
different.
yeah, the parry window is so wide. I'm like, yeah, y'all got it easy. If Grandmaster is the best way to play, because like you get the full experience, you gotta utilize everything in your kit. But yeah, it's a great game. Yeah, one of the best. I think that's one of the few things that Star Wars keeping Star Wars alive is like Andor. I don't know if you've seen the show Andor. It's a prequel
I
to
only
Rogue
watched
One.
like the first episode.
Okay, yeah, it's a solid show. But yes, the Jedi series is like great Star Wars content.
I feel bad. It comes out the worst year every time too. Like if you take this game and you put it some other years, at the very least it gets a nominee. This didn't even get any nominees
Yeah, man.
for that. Like it's just it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next year.
COVID year.
Yeah, man, COVID. Uh, I would have put Animal Crossing in this list, but I feel like that was just comfort. A lot of
Really?
people buy. I love Animal Crossing, but this one I don't love that much because they babyfied it. It's like Nintendo had to interfere. It's like it had rude neighbors and the OGs, and like everybody's nice in this game. And then they didn't put no thought to the multiplayer. Why did it take so long to get somebody on your island, man? And why they can't do nothing to your island? It's like they just there to drop off stuff. It's like all these years later, you couldn't do nothing with the multiplayer. It's still a fun game. It's like one of the best selling games because yeah, everybody was inside. They need someone to play, but yeah, it was like a misstep for the Animal Crossing series. It's one of the games. I think it was like the only game uh my grandma like watching me and my brother play was Animal Crossing on GameCube. But yeah, it was like 2020. It had Last of Us 2, Doom Eternal, Like a Dragon, Ghost of Tsushima, Cyberpunk, Final Fantasy 7 Remake. Cyberpunk would have been my game of the year, but we all know the story. People like to rewrite history, but the game was buggy as hell. I had to put it down because I was playing it on the PS5, and it was crashing. I'm like, I can't deal with this. My friend, he didn't have a PS5 yet. He played it all the way through the PS4 when it was looking like Roblox. I'm like, you
God
crazy.
bless him. God bless him. Yeah, he
Yeah.
didn't do that.
He's like, the story was too good. I'm like, I don't care, man. I could not do that. But my game of the year is Neo 2. Um,
Good.
this
Not
is
bad.
this is the game that gave me confidence in Souls games again. Souls like because uh I played Bloodborne first. That was my first Souls game, and I only played it because my friend he bought it on a whim and he got his head busted. Randomly called me. He was outside my crib. He's like, "Come get this game. Get it the fuck out of my face." I'm like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Come get it. I want it before I throw it in the garbage." I'm like, "Damn, this chick got him this mad." So I played it. I'm like, "Oh, this game is hard." Yeah, this I beat 3 bosses by myself. I did the rest co-op.
Really?
Yeah. Fast forward a few years, he didn't learn his lesson. He bought Dark Souls 3 for me and him. He was like, "We gonna play co-op." I was like, "All right," but he didn't know how bad co-op works on like the Souls game. So you got to have a certain item, and then you only could join if you didn't beat the boss. The person didn't beat the boss yet. It's a lot of work. So I'm like, well, you gotta wait till I beat the boss, so you just gonna have to try to beat the boss. So I was beating bosses, and then I was like, you gotta at least try it once. I'm not just gonna join you and do it for you. I gotta see if you're good because I'm gonna be carrying you. So he quit, and I think I quit like somewhere like 6 bosses in. I'm like, nah, this ain't it. So, and then fast forward to Sekiro, he's like, oh, this game, he like that time period for
Yeah, he
Japan.
did.
So he's like, oh, this game good. I'm like, that's a Souls game, bro. And he's like, never mind. So he finally learned his lesson. And then
Good.
Neo 2 came out. He was like, oh, this looks good. I'm like, this is a Souls game, bro. Then he bought it. He bought it for both of us. I'm like, all right, cause I played the alpha. I got my head busted. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to beat this game. So I beat the game all by myself. I helped him a little bit, but I was like, you gotta try beat the boss 3 times before I help you. He made it pretty far, but he got frustrated with this boss and quit. And I beat the game, bro. I love Neo 2 so much. I beat it twice. I do not like playing Souls games more than once. That was my first one. I beat twice, and I didn't get the platinum because the platinum was annoying. You had to master every weapon. I'm like, I'm good. Great story, great combat. It has different stances, light, medium, heavy, so you switch it up depending on the situation. You have many things in your toolkit. Like I made like a mage build, so you have these talismans. You get like a certain amount for each thing depending on the upgrade. So I had like fireball. So if an enemy was fast, I would throw out 3 fireballs. It's like it tracks them too. They're slow though, so they could miss, but it tracks them. So like I'm rushing them down with my light stance, and then they would get hit by a fireball. So that was helping me. It's like you want to like lower your enemy's stamina gauge with like light attacks, and then when they get stunned, you want to do a heavy to do more damage, and then do like a finisher, and then like when they're on the ground, you can do a ground finisher, and then it has this parry system. Cause you're like a oni, a demon. You're like half oni, half human. So you got these 3 transformations you could do. One is like a grab. I forget what the other one was, but I went with the phase shifting move, and it's basically a parry. So when they glow red, that's the time to parry, or you know to get the fuck out of the way. But I phase into them, and then it parries them, so it stuns them, and then like other bosses, like it's some bosses where you can't do co-op because it's just like side missions. You gotta just run the ones, and you could start it off immediately, bring out a rifle and shoot them in the head, and then they like you get a free hit because they fall to the ground if you get a headshot. So you can run up, do a ground finisher, do some damage, and you have a fucking bazooka in there. I don't know how they got in this time period, but it does crazy damage. Um, yeah, it's a lot in your toolkit. It's a lot of weapons you could mix and match. You can have 2 weapons equipped at a time. So depending on the situation, you can do a long range weapon. Like I said, it has a rifle, bazooka, a bow. So you can take out enemies, and you can do stealth kills on regular enemies. Yeah, it's a really fun game, and I was like I said, gaming confidence in Soul games. That's what made me play Demon Souls. I was like, all right, I want to try Elden Ring, and made me finally go back to Dark Souls 3. I beat that last year, platinumed it, and I played this Souls like the Mezia. You play as a what are those plague doctors? And then what else did I play? But yeah, I beat a lot of Souls games because of Neo 2. If it wasn't for Neo 2, I would have gave up on the genre. So yeah, very solid.
Neo 2. 2020. I think I have. I mean, I have Ghost on here.
Great game.
I mean, when Last of Us won at the Game Awards, I was not happy, bro.
I wasn't either.
I was just like, it wasn't even close for me. Like Ghost of Tsushima was just a better game. And I didn't, Last of Us, you know what they did with the bait and switch and all that, playing with us in the trailers and all that. I didn't appreciate that.
Yeah.
2020 looked like it was a good year. Valhalla forever changed the way I play, do content on YouTube, bro. That game was so incredibly long that I was like, okay, I just have to do all my videos have to be long now because I will never have another 50+ part series. This was ridiculous, man. I've not played any of the recent Dooms. I heard great things about those.
Yeah.
Man, Valhalla is what got me into the platinum stuff. So that was the game. I had so many hours. I was so close. I was like, just get it. So I got it. And then I went back and got other ones. Now, in reflection, Cyberpunk, like you said, if it didn't come out the way it came out, I would say that was the best game of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Super unique. I don't know what it is. There's some stuff they could have did better. Obviously, the stealth. I didn't like the way the AI like responded to you, like if they see you. Like a lot of stealth games, enemies see you, you can kind of leave, and then they'll not be able to find you. On there, they would never leave the alert phase.
Yeah.
They took out wall running. They took out a lot of stuff that we thought was going to be in the game.
The choices from the previews way different. Is not like that deep like it was showed in the previews.
Right, and I think that's one of the games that really would have benefited from being third person more, but it was fine that it wasn't.
Mm-hmm. I don't care what no devs say. The creative vision, I'm like, bro, I don't. Yeah, third person all the way.
for that, I was definitely like, this is a third person game. So yeah, underrated game for that year.
Mm-hmm.
Crash 4. Crash
Uh-oh.
4. I really like when we get a real reboot of the game that sticks to the original game and is even harder in some cases without just making it super easy. Because I just knew, I was like, they're going to bring out Crash 4 and it's going to be easy. Wrong. That was ridiculous. And unfortunately, we'll probably never get another one because of what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ghost 2 or Ghost of Tsushima.
It's
100%.
crazy. Crash. What scared me away from Crash 4? Watching you play, bro. Because, like, the levels where you...
level?
Yeah, the levels where you got to use the different powers, I'm like, yo, you... And I watched somebody play it on that game, I'm like...
Who's that dude? What's his name? What's his name? Cars?
Nah, I watched, Nick AR. I'm like,
okay.
Yeah, I'm like, you got it, man. I'm never doing that.
I would never. That one dude that I'm saying, he gets the plat on every crash, and if you look at what you need for that plat,
yeah,
you realize he's a madman.
Mm-hmm.
For like wanting and being able to do that.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, I remember last thing. I remember your Valhalla playthrough. One of your videos, someone's like, "Damn, you still playing this? I thought you were done."
Oh, the best comment I ever had for Valhalla said, "They found the vaccine for COVID before you finish this game."
Oh man. Yeah. All right. 2021. It was a weak year. But Returnal, Ratchet and Clank, RE8, Guardians of the Galaxy. You guys failed that game. Tales of Arise.
Fans?
Gamers.
Yeah, they did.
I'm gonna talk about this some more in a later topic, Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay. But for me, game of the year is It Takes Two. That is the definition of co-op. I don't know how they're like true fans of this couch co-op because every level, different powers, the design, the graphics, the combat, and it's like references to everything. Like, oh my god, the Street Fighter reference when you're on the plane, and it's like the story is decent too. It's not like nothing to hit home about, but it's decent. But yeah, it's just all about the co-op, and then each level has mini games that you could play. It's something about it. Yeah, I don't know. I was not expecting anything. Like, I played A Way Out. I love that game, but I was like, I don't think they got another one in them. But I was wrong, and I'm like, I'm glad it won Game of the Year. It's really solid. Everyone should, and it's sold really well. Everybody should try It Takes Two. You don't need to buy the game twice, you and your friend. You could just one person buy it, and then you could just invite a friend to play with you. So it's really solid.
So I have It Takes Two.
Oh, okay.
Like, I was really happy when it won. We were watching it. There's first of all, it's very rare. I don't know what they could have did to make the game better, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they could have added a hard difficulty for people who are like serious, like something like that. But from gameplay wise and stuff, objectively, if we're talking about just pure co-op, I that might be the best, like the most well-made co-op game I've ever played. That's strictly focused on co-op. Like, there is no carrying somebody on there. I mean, you could kind of tell somebody, okay, stand there, do this and do that. You can kind of guide them through, but it really is super duper team based. Like,
yeah,
I love. I was impressed. Like, I was playing it with Flip on Twitch, and every time we got to a new chapter, we was just like, yo, oh my god, it was just really good. No two places felt the same.
Right.
It was fun. And anytime a game makes liars out of the industry, I appreciate it. So with this game, like, yeah, you only needed literally to buy one copy. They had friend passes. Right? Like, this day and age, we get ripped off with video games. And you buy, they sell collector's editions of games that don't have the game and all that. And then you have this guy over here. It was like $40 or something like that.
Yeah.
It's $40 at launch. And you only have to buy one, and you can play with anybody who does not have the game because it's a free friend pass as long as one of you buy the game. He said he's not changing his price and all that stuff. So you got people like that, and then you have the people over here saying, "Oh, $70 is we don't that's not enough," and we're failing and all of that. So, but gameplay wise, bro, that was definitely my game of the year. There are some other good games on here. This wasn't a great year. This is probably one of the weakest years
Yeah.
I've seen in a while. I haven't finished Deathloop, but I really, really enjoyed what I played there. That was one of the games that I want to go back to. I really like Ratchet and Clank, but I know that something like that's not going to be a super popular game. But like that game made me happy to have a new console. That was the only game. That was the first game that I was like, okay, was that on PS4 though?
Ratchet Clank,
It was.
PS5, PS5.
Was it on PS4 too or no?
No.
Okay, good. So that was one of the games where I was like, okay, I'm happy because it just felt like it felt next gen. I don't know what it was. It was amazing. I love Insomniac. I actually like Psychonauts 2.
Oh, yeah, I
that
gotta
was
play
really
that.
fun. If you do play it, I want you to know this is one of those games where you have to 100% the game for the plat. You have to find every single collectible. So just keep that in mind. There's a lot of them. I used YouTube videos to help me get the stuff I missed up. Far Cry 6. I don't know what they're doing over there, bro.
I didn't finish that game.
It's just littered with busy work. I don't know how it's so much different than Far Cry 3 and 4, but it just is. As far as the format, Back 4 Blood is laughable. Kana, I have not finished that, but I really like that.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Yeah, weak year, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Weak year. Biomutant. I thought I was gonna get that, and then I seen that was one
Yeah.
of the few games. It's rare when I see reviews and I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
That was one of those.
because I was interested in the game, and then I was like, oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2022. It wasn't like,
Interesting.
yeah, it was an interesting year. It wasn't as big as 2023, but it had some bangers in there. It had a couple of bangers. Uh, Elden Ring, Ragnarok. Did Forbidden West come out 2022 as well?
Yes.
Okay, Forbidden West. Uh, Callisto Protocol. You should play that. One of the scary games.
Is it good? Matter of fact,
Yeah, I like it.
I need. Okay.
I don't think it's bad. I think what people. I agree with people saying it needs more enemy variety. It's definitely, if you master the melee, you get through most one-on-one encounters. Even some of the bosses, if you master the melee, because it's just like shoot, smack, shoot, smack. But like if you get overwhelmed, that's when the stealth is key. Like when it's a lot of enemies in the room, you gotta stealth.
Okay.
I think it's a solid game. It's not good Dead Space, but yeah, I think it's good. I enjoyed it. Easy plat. But yeah, my 2022. Oh, Stray was in here. Fun indie game.
Yeah.
Um,
Smaller budget, just like we said.
yeah, my 2022 game of the year is A Plague Tale Requiem. I think this game was robbed. The actress was robbed because she acted her ass off.
She did. You told me about that scene, and I got that. So he got me talking about this.
Yeah,
She went crazy, man.
Bro.
I didn't like the ending though, honestly.
bro, that made me sad.
Yeah, I didn't like the ending, but I love the game.
Yeah, did you go through with it or you didn't? You let Hugo do
You
it.
had the option?
Yeah, you could have waited and what's his name? Hugo could have did it. I mean, no, not Hugo, the Alchemist boy.
Oh, so either way, one was gonna do it. No, I went ahead and
Yeah.
did that. But I didn't after credit scene. I was like, okay, what's going on here?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Hopefully
excited
we
for
get a
3.
third one.
Yeah, because I don't know how it's sold. I know it was in Game Pass. I played in Game Pass, but I bought the game. I was like, I gotta support it. This game is beautiful, and they improved upon everything. They made you have more like engaging combat because most of the game is just sneaky stuff. But like you could throw down because you got a crossbow, you got new sling ammo, and then Hugo, he has more options with the rats now. It's like not open world, but it's like larger.
Way
And
larger.
yeah, and bro, it gets dark. Like when you go to that one island with the chick, yeah, the cult. Oh my god, I'm like that shit went.
I was not expecting that.
Yeah, it went left. Great story, great performances from everybody. I think this game was slept on, honestly. But yeah, that's my pick. Robbed at the Game Awards. But yeah, I love this game.
Um, I didn't play Elden until this year.
Mhm.
I can't even use that. I'm gonna be honest though. So 2022, everybody's playing Elden.
Yeah, I
Guys
beat
playing
it.
Horizon. Um, and I didn't regret my choice to play Horizon. I thoroughly enjoyed Horizon. There was some stuff about the first game that was definitely better, but I'm really impressed with the machine design, man. Like
Machine
the
designs.
combat on there is just I don't know, bro. It was amazing. They definitely had a couple moments on there that was some stuff on the story I was not ready for. Um, so I have. Let me make sure I have my list. I have. Oh no, God of War came out that year.
Yeah.
I have God of War. But I was torn between that and Horizon. Plague Tale is one of my sleepers for that. Damn bug in here for that year. Wasn't really much to choose from. Oh my god, yo!
Oh, this.
On me. Pokemon Arceus his ass. I just want to say that. I know it has nothing to do with anything.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm looking at this list, bro. I mean, there's really Elden. I like Stray. I wouldn't pick that for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
Horizon, God of War, Plague Tale. I really enjoy Splatoon 3. Some of those levels, bro.
Oh.
Yeah, I just
Yeah, your walkthrough was hilarious.
some of them levels, I just yikes. Down Light 2, absolutely not. Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay to I mean, like I can see why this won, even though that's not your personal pick. Like we gonna talk about 2023, but yeah, Elden Ring wasn't my personal pick for Game of the Year, but I know why I won. I played it the year it came out. I beat it. I platinum it.
Phenomenal game.
Yeah, phenomenal game.
Like phenomenal game. I actually think I'm gonna do a post finish video on that soon. Actually,
Okay.
probably do that and Black Myth on the same day. I'm gonna record them on the same day. I don't know if I'll post it.
Oh yeah, I was shocked when you did that. Well, a lot of people were when you did that Black Myth video. I'm like, what?
I know.
Chase always say he gonna do one and then don't do it.
Yeah. Well, it was really easy.
Yeah. I think I haven't seen you do one since like Spider-Man or some shit.
Spider-Man first.
Yeah.
No, I did one for Horizon.
Oh, you do one for Horizon? Okay. 2023, crazy year for gaming. I honestly didn't play a lot of these. I had family issues going on, so I played what I could. Like I played Hogwarts, didn't finish that, and I gotta get back to Jedi Survivor. I haven't beat it because it was performance issues. I'm like, I'm not dealing with another annoying ass level, and I know it's open world for that level, and it's laggy and stuff. Cause Fallen Order had the issue too. But it wasn't as big. Kashyyyk was buggy. That's the level with the Wookiees.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
Kashyyyk was so buggy in Fallen Order. I was like, I can't do this again, and so I waited. I haven't played it yet, and then I'll just let my friend borrow it. So I'll get to it this year though. But yeah, Fallen Jedi Survivor, Dead Space remake, Final Fantasy 16, Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Hi-Fi Rush, and it's sort of more I didn't list. It's just so many good games. I don't know why people saying there was no games to play last year. Crazy.
People are saying that.
Yeah, bro.
Man, that's that internet stuff. Cause ain't no way, dog. This is in my lifetime being able to remember and being able to have money to buy my own games. So that's important.
Mm-hmm.
This is the best year I've ever seen, and it's not even close. And I'm not saying it has the best games. There's other years that there's games that I would pick, but I'm saying the amount it was like 30 games between the big budget games, the indie games, the double A with the medium level. Like it was, bro, and it was only, and then like the bigger thing was like a lot of these games were highly anticipated because they were sequels and all of that stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
most of them lived up to the hype and the expectations, with some exception. I didn't play Starfield.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't pressed about it, but after kind of seeing what the game was, I was like, "There's so many other good games to play. I'll play this in 3 years when they fix it." But then No Man's Sky keeps doing stuff. They just got a whole new expansion. I would
Yeah.
rather play that. Like
Yeah,
this
it's
year.
crazy. Yeah, it's the usual 2K merchants and Call of Duty merchants would be saying that.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, that shit. It was just a common theme throughout the year from
that
people.
that is literally every month there was like 2.5 games to play. Boys is tripping.
Yeah, and like even in some of the past, it's some games I didn't mention because I only play a little bit, so I didn't want to talk about it. But like even in 2023, there are games I have in my drawer I haven't touched yet because there's just so many games. So yeah, it was an amazing year. But my game of the year is Liza P, man.
I know it's coming.
And like for me to put this is the second Souls like I have, and that's how much I love these games. Neo 2 was my favorite Souls like because it just gave me the confidence. I love the combat is like more fast paced and like the thing about Souls games they like slow and clunky and like I don't even try to parry in Souls games. So but Neo 2 did something, it like triggered something in my brain. And then Liza P, just the setting attracted me. It's like it took inspiration from Bloodborne, the director said so, and then like just the setting that is Pinocchio. I'm like, this is interesting. And the story was pretty simple to follow along because in these games it's hard to follow along. And I love the combat because you get weapons and you can mix and match the weapon and the handle to create a different weapon entirely. And then you have the upgrade system is crazy. You get these organs that you put in Pinocchio to give you certain abilities like different rolls, better heals, or uh, the stagger meter stays longer, stuff like that for the boss. And then it has a parry. The thing about Liza P is a troll. 90% of the enemies they have delayed attacks and they get you. I hate delayed
That's
attacks
my
so,
weakness.
but yeah, that's my
That's my
weakness too.
weakness.
My weakness too, man. But if you perfect parry, it degrades the enemy's weapon. So you do it enough, it'll break the weapon, so it'll do less damage, and then also gives you a better chance of uh bringing out the stagger meter if you parry better. And then like Souls games, especially in this one, throwables is your best friend. I know
You know
you
what I did.
abuse that, yeah. I use it when I can, but I didn't farm them like you. I'm good, but yeah, it's uh, I had a go-to weapon for a situation. Like I had like this the fire knife with a long handle, so I get good reach because I had the technique build. So I had a I had the short baton with the electrical thing on for the robots. I had the
Yeah,
fire knife for the infected, and then I had the poison thing for human poison knife. And then eventually, when I got that sword where it's like a auto parry where he like do the twirling and stuff, that was my go to. And then the enemy design is good. The boss fights are cool. I like the music. The music is phenomenal. Like you, with the records you get in there, I'm like, oh yeah. The chick was in the studio, and like she posted her songs on YouTube, so if people want to hear them. And so many weapons in the game, man. So many weapons. You won't get bored playing with the weapons, and they have different like abilities. So it's good to mix and match to see what suits you and stuff. And then oh, he has different arm attachments, the Legion arms. So depending on the situation, I stuck to tried and true the grapple thing. So like when you get the move, you go up in the air and slam down.
the cheese move that I
Yeah,
used. Yes,
yeah. It has
yes.
other things like a flamethrower, a parry arm. It has a. I didn't mess around, but I like this. I looked at all of them to see which ones. I'm like, yeah, I'm sticking with this grapple. Because a certain situation, you get jumped, you just pull somebody close to you, fuck them up real quick. It's like it's an all around good attachment. So I like that. And bro, it was the last fight. The what was it the, nameless puppet or whatever?
It was that optional. It's optional, right? You don't have to, but
Well,
yeah.
if you want, I think if you want to get the post credit scene, you gotta do that or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
The
he
nameless
wa-
puppet.
yeah, he was whooping my ass, and I heard people say like they didn't like that fight because it was switch up, because the game doesn't really make you have to parry much. I'm like, I like dodging, but I'm going to parry more to finish the fight faster. So I parried a lot, but but he was fast. He was fucking me up. I had to change weapon. I got the if you I did the lie route, so and I think I collected all the records. So it's this thing. Every time you lie, the picture on the wall, the nose grows, and you get that as a weapon. If you get all the
I
records.
didn't even know that.
Yeah, and this is a stick. Bro, this stick saved my life. I'm like, it was a game changer. I fucked that boss up. I'm like, okay. I gotta do a second playthrough. I'm gonna buy the DLC as well. And I heard they're working on the sequel. Um
I pray because that ending, dude,
oh that
the post
ending.
credit ending, I was
Yeah.
like, no way.
Yeah, I'm like, this is where they're going. I'm like, this is crazy, this connected.
Cause
It,
like I'm thinking like they could, if this is what they're doing, they could do like 5 of these games
mm-hmm.
and then have like a big. I don't want to break nothing. I don't want to say too much, but man,
Yeah, incredible game. Yeah, I'm gonna do a second playthrough this year because I'm missing like one achievement. You have to do two playthroughs because, I saved Scum to get another ending, but people are like, oh, that why you do that? You not? I'm like, I'm not playing the game 3-4 times. I'm sorry. I don't
not
like.
nobody's doing that.
I don't love these
Nobody.
games that much. I'm like, y'all bugging. Like, hey, if
You want
they let me save Scum, I'm doing it. Like that's how it be
why?
Elden
Why
Ring.
not?
Yeah.
When you really game, like you got your backlog. Probably my backlog might be easily sitting at like 40 games. I
Yeah.
don't want to. I could play a whole new game
Mhm.
instead of playing this game 3 times. Now, back in the day when we ain't had money, I'd play literally. I would
Yeah.
play Kingdom Hearts 1 or 2. I would play that game 4 times in a row. I don't do that anymore because there's other games I want to play. I'm not doing that. I actually hate that.
Yeah.
Like, if I want to play it another time, cool. But if I'm forced to, I don't really like that. Like, I'm not a
Mhm.
fan.
Yeah. It's just too many
And
games to be playing that much.
yeah, PlayStation. I need an explanation for why we can't USB save our games for PS5, bro. To this day, like, there's no valid reason for that.
Yeah,
I,
because money. They want more money from you.
yeah.
Yeah, that
Uh,
great year though. I mean, great game.
I'm gonna have to narrow this down. I have 3 on here, and I'm just gonna pick one. But the 3 I had on here, and I'm not even saying nothing I said. I'm not even saying is like the best game. These are just my like basically my favorite games for the year. So I
Mhm.
have Hogwarts,
Yeah.
Spider-Man, and Liza P. From these 3, honestly, I'd probably pick Hogwarts just because the way I felt playing that was like the first time I watched the Harry Potter movie, and it was one of the best adaptations from like the movie or book to a video game that I've seen,
Yeah.
and like even down to like seeing the the all the photos and the staircase. Like when I walked in there and the staircase opened up, like I wasn't expecting that level of like detail. I'm walk through the halls and the statues just start fighting and he just kills the other ones.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, this is amazing. Now the game has major flaws. Like the there's not real competition between the houses. I thought that was going to be a big part of the game.
Me too.
You know what I mean? So you go down. The sorting hat scene was amazing, and I'm just like, it wasn't really a part of the game the way I'd hoped. And there's some other stuff like you start using unforgivable curses. Nobody makes a comment about it. Like you're just able to just casually use killing curses on enemies, and I feel like the NPCs and the game should have that should have been a part of the story if you decided to use those. I mean, you're out here using Avada Kedavra casually like that. I don't know if that's
Right.
um, and I know those are all like side quests, but I really like enjoyed that game. I like what they did with the black hairstyles for once.
Mhm.
Everybody ain't get the Killmonger, bro. They got that haircut.
They gotta
They
stop.
have to stop. They have to stop. Liza P is one of the most slept on games I've ever played. I would say that Liza P for 2023 was a lot like Jedi Fallen Order for whatever year that came out, and Sleeping Dogs in 2012. 2012, I don't know what happened, but Sleeping Dogs went completely under the radar for some other games. Spider-Man, I just really enjoyed that game, just period. Plus, it was simple, fun platinum. You didn't have to play the game too long. Everybody is complaining about like short games. A lot of these games aren't really short games. I just think everybody's been playing multiplayer in these really long games for like a generation and a half, and they forget that a lot of video games are what you put in that 8 to 15 hour range. So now when a game is 15 hours, like the game's too short. I'm like, y'all are bugging. I don't want to spend 60 hours on every game. I don't.
Yeah.
So I really those are ones, but there's game like, bro. I would be honest. Did you play Baldur's Gate, bro?
I have like 7 hours in it. I'm like, I don't have the time.
I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna play it with my boy because he has like 300 hours on there. I don't understand why the game is as popular as it is right now, but that doesn't mean anything because I could play it and figure that out. But on the surface, I played it for like an hour and a half. I'm just like, I don't get it. Like, why is it so big? Like,
Bro.
not big, but why is it getting 10 out of 10s? Maybe more so that. Like, what is it?
I think it's the choices and stuff, like what comes back around and then the story. Because yeah, it is a lot of choices you could do. You can be evil as shit. Like the way you could approach a mission is crazy. Like, bro, I was stealing from people. I was playing with my homies. I was stealing from people, and I got caught. I was like, all right, we gotta fight the villagers. We was doing good, but then they just surrounded us. We got thrown in the jail. They took all our shit, and then we had to fight our way out. It was hard to get out because it was like monsters in there. So that kind of fucked our playthrough up. So we did it over. I still suck at the game. Like combat wise, I don't know what I'm doing. Like I think I know what I'm doing, but I'm like I will have to watch a YouTube tutorial. I want to go back to it eventually.
Yeah, like I downloaded it. Well, I did the stream version because the game is massive and I didn't have space on my PlayStation. So I'm gonna give it another try. It's just when I was playing it, I'm just like, cause my boy he didn't like Marvel Midnight Suns, and I'm like gameplay wise, it's probably not the same because I really don't. I'm not that understanding of how the combat works, but I'm just like it kind of reminds me a little bit of that. Like it's like especially with the graphics and everything. But he just was flipping through all these wheels and this and that. I'm like, bro, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And I was just like, a 10 out of 10. I don't see it, but I don't know because sometimes you learn later. Like real quick, first Red Dead, I had rented it from GameFly a long time ago, bro. I played it for like 3 hours, and I said, yo, this game is trash. Like, why do people like this? Because they had me herding cattle and all. Man, this game sucks.
I think that's when I dropped it.
I revisited the game after that, and it was one of my favorite games ever. Once I got past all that and understood it, so Baldur's Gate could be one of those games. Alan Wake 2, I really appreciate the praise the game got. It's not for everybody though. But I really did like it. A little bit long, but in the story, man, I'm about to watch a YouTube video so somebody can really like put everything together.
I watched a summary of the first game because it's like ridiculous. Yeah, you need to watch a summary for their games. They're working on Control too. But yeah.
Couple sleepers real quick. Super Mario Bros. Wonder, amazing.
Yeah.
That level design is S tier platform, and just them their 40 years of mechanics, all their knowledge and everything they've ever done very well for the level design all went into that game. I really like that. Dead Space remake we said was amazing. Hi-Fi Rush, I absolutely adored that game.
People slept on it. Oh, real quick, I want to talk to the gamers. Y'all was bitching and whining. Tango got shut down. I looked at the achievements. I beat the game like a couple months later when it came out, and I checked the achievements. Barely any of the people who played the game, they didn't beat the first boss.
That's what usually happens.
The final boss is like at 18%, and like the first boss 30%. I'm like, bro, why y'all crying? Y'all didn't even support the game, playtime wise. Like what the fuck? So I'm glad they got purchased, So this plan, we could get a Hi-Fi Rush 2. Really good game. Yes, slept on game. You don't really have to follow the beat. I only say you can follow the beat if you want to, because I know people might struggle with that. It's when you have to. There's a boss where you have to parry. Strictly.
I plan on hard. I hate
Yeah, I played on hard too. That's the only issue. But yeah, you don't really have to follow the beat. Crazy combos, great abilities, great team up attacks. Yeah, I think the game was great sound design. The music was awesome. Yeah, if you haven't played it, it's on PlayStation now too. You go ahead and play it. It's PC and Xbox. Please go play it. Really good game.
super unique. Like I really like because we're in the era of everything is safe. Movies, TV shows, music, video games. Like it's always a safe route. So we'll do a reboot of a game that's popular from back in the day. We know people get it. That's where college football 25, or you get the continuous sequels. It's not as popular to do a AAA this brand new game. You put some risk out there.
Yeah.
Hi-Fi Rush never had a legit chance, man. That game got mistreated by Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
Shadow dropped an amazing game like that, and no marketing, zero marketing dollars behind a game like that, and it's on Game Pass. And you expected people to go out and buy that. People are not going to go out and buy something that they feel like they're going to get for free.
Yeah.
That's the issue with that. If a game like that comes out on all platforms and people are able to go out and support it, especially after seeing what Cuphead did.
Yeah.
There's no way Hi-Fi Rush couldn't have been a really, really successful game, and it's a shame. So that's one of the games that people absolutely have to play, in my opinion. If you're looking for something new, because people, I'm tired of playing the same old stuff. Hi-Fi Rush, dude, it'll do it, and it is challenging. If you put that game on hard or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna have some challenges. Like it's not even just the combat is on beat. The entire game is on beat. Literally, like the level designs, when the platforms have the little, walls that come out that you need to jump on, they come out on the beat, and you have to. It's just, bro. I don't even. That shit is amazing, bro.
Yeah. The whole world is on beat. Yeah, that's a great game.
You ain't like Redfall, man?
Bro, I wasn't. I was interested because I like Arcane, and then when I seen gameplay, I was like, nah. People's like, nah. Yeah, people's like, no, you just gotta give it a hit. I listened to previews. I listened to Lord Canino from Iron Lords and Mr. Matty Plays. I'm like, it was like, nah, this ain't it. And his homie, I think Lord Canino homie Solve. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it just wasn't. It wasn't it. I was like, I'm not playing this. And then I saw the AI design. I'm like, yo, this ain't the Arcane I know. Like, what's combat ass? I was too.
The trailer. See, this is a problem with trailers, dude.
Yeah, CG
the
trailers.
The trailer was really cool, and I'm like, I know the game's not gonna look like that.
Right.
I'm like, this is the kind of personality and environment they going for. This could work.
Mm-hmm.
But that gameplay, man, it wasn't right, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't right. And that's the Dishonored team, right?
Okay? I think I think it's
pretty
Dishonored.
Sure.
Or it might be the other one. It might be the other Arcane.
Oh yeah, there's Arcane Austin, and there was another one.
Yeah, because I think the Dishonored team did Deathloop.
Yeah, they did. You're right. Some of the other games I'm looking at that I didn't get to play that I want to play from 2023, Armored Core.
Yeah, I have that. I have it downloaded.
Octopath Traveler. I'm gonna try the first one again. I just felt a little overwhelmed at the time. Forspoken, it was not. That game was a performance pile garbage, bro. One of the worst performing games I ever had the pleasure of playing. In fact, Square gave me this game a week ahead. I started recording it. I said, bro, I can't put this up, bro. And I just didn't do it.
Yeah.
Dave the Diver's supposed to be really good.
Yeah, Forspoken, I played the demo, bro. I was like, nah, this game not it. Cause my home, I told my brother, I told my homie, cause he's gonna buy it. I was gonna game share with him, cause he just buys everything. This man a crackhead, and he don't be finishing like most of his games. Yeah, I was like, get a refund, bro, before it's too late. He was like, bet. Yeah. What else came out? Yeah, Forspoken Ass. Yeah, I have what was it? Armored Core. Yeah, I bought that on during Black Friday. Buy two get one
Play
free.
it.
No, I haven't played it yet. My homie
I
got it
don't.
right now.
I
I,
want to play it.
I heard it's really
Um,
good cuz I love
yeah,
like mech stuff.
right. Um, question: Word most disappointing game of 2023. What do you have?
Let me look at the list. Disappointing. It might be that I played. It might be. It might be Forspoken for me. Because I was looking forward to that. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
we got a fine black woman on here too. And I'm like, let's go.
Well,
Uh,
that was the tech demo for the PS5, right? That was the Project Atlas. Was that the same game? Or was that another game?
I think that was just Epic tech demo showing off the
Okay.
Unreal Engine 5.
I have Assassin's Creed Mirage as it was disappointing.
I wasn't playing that. I was not playing it. Once I heard
They,
they like, oh, we're going back to the roots. I'm like, no, you're not, because you're taking the bare minimum. And then like, bro, where's the traversal from Unity? You had a bare minimum stealth mechanics. I'm like, the combat is ass. It's like, oh, we making it hard again to fight one on one. Like nobody wanted that.
no,
We
and
just,
they took the most interesting character. First of all, it's supposed to be DLC for
yeah,
Mirage or Valhalla.
yeah.
First of all, so anytime a game is cutting the DLC and making a full game, those are red flags. Like we gotta stop ignoring the signs. I routinely I do this every year. There's games I see it, I see what's going on. Oh, no review copies. Oh, we cut the content now it's full game, and I ignore it, and then I get this.
My homie did
Mirage
that
is
all the
not that.
time. He did that. I'm like, bro, I'm not hearing good things about Mirage. And like, he's like, oh, but I like this old classic Assassin's Creed. He played. He was complaining. He was texting me every day, like, man, the armors. There's no point changing my armor. He's like, these missions are lame. I'm like, bro, I told you, like, you gotta stop. You gotta listen to me. Stop wasting your money.
They gotta start switching up their mission structure too. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what Ubisoft has did. They used to have tons of different mission types on the old Assassin's Creed games. Cool little setups like going to like a ball and being able to do stuff and like now, oh, you just go to a restricted area, sneak in however you can, or just go in loud, get a thing and leave. And it's the same thing. It's on Far Cry, it's on Assassin's Creed Mirage, and I'm just like, you guys have to get away from making me do this every time. If you're going to have me do stealth stuff, at least have like cool setup. Like, because people always make excuses for everything. I'm playing Driver San Francisco. All you do is drive, but every single mission, the setup is different, and they have like 30 or different objectives that are all cool to keep the thing like fresh. They don't do that on Assassin's Creed, bro. Go to an area, it's red, go in. Oh, and I love this. You go into an area because you need to get something, so you need to go into a room. What do they do? Oh, this is locked from this side. So now you gotta go all the way around somewhere, find a hole in the ground or something to get in. And I'm like, you guys gotta stop this.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to bring this up. I'm glad you brought up that game, Driver San Francisco. I don't know if you noticed, somebody commented on part five saying, if you when you're doing races, if you switch to pedestrian, you just crash into it, make the other racers crash out to help you out.
So I start doing it. You know what they're gonna do? I can't. I'm not allowed to cheese. I swear to God, bro. I swear to God. And they're doing the cheese themselves, bro.
Oh
Like,
my god, they was on your head. They're like, oh, he didn't play Elden Ring the traditional way. I'm like, you didn't either. You looked up a guide the moment the game came out.
like if you're looking up guides for classes and all that, you're not doing discovery on your own because that's what the game is about.
Mm-hmm.
Like the minute you start looking stuff up, bro, you're not playing the game the way that they intended for you to play it. Like, come on, bro. Dog, I use the mechanics in the game, bro. They know what time it is. Y'all think I'm gonna get on here? First of all, this is what people don't get though. People want content. Cool. If I sit on this game and I fight a boss for 5 hours, how many videos you think I'm gonna be able to make that week?
Yeah.
One, two. Where's the videos? I can't. I'm stuck. I'm not. I don't care what game it is, bro. I'm not fighting no bosses for 5 hours, bro. Y'all could do that. I'm not doing that, bro. I'm
Yeah.
not doing that. Y'all told me to level up. Some of them gave me the cheese, and honestly, I ain't really do the real cheese. Like, you know what the real cheese is. Like, I could have really had people getting stuck behind barriers and all of that. Like, I
Yeah.
could do that, but no. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to that mimic was ridiculous.
Yeah, Mimic is so busted. Yeah, I didn't play with a Mimic, but yeah, it's busted. Like, yeah, if it's in a game, hey, man, do what you gotta do.
And they're like, well, you're farming. I farm on every game. I farm. Yeah, they lucky that's all I did.
Yeah.
Dudes was level 300, level 700.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I'm only like 151 in the game. Like,
I think I finished. I was like 190 or something.
uh-huh.
You're overpowered. Good. So it's the boss. I'm like, come on, man. I'm not sitting here all day.
Yeah. Exactly. It's like, when did it become a problem to farm? Because we've been doing this since the beginning of JRPGs. We farmed. Like, I don't know what's the
Been
problem.
doing it. Yeah, like literally, because I didn't really like RPGs until I got into like middle school, high school. When I was a little kid, I wasn't gonna be reading all that stuff and doing all that, except for like Zelda. So right away, like you kind of had to farm on there, bro. I'm not doing that, man. To get like, they
Yeah.
have farm spots for a reason,
Exactly.
and you get trophies for sometimes for finding farm spots on games and getting a certain amount of stuff. Oh, he's tripping. I ain't doing that.
Yeah, if I'm struggling a boss, I'm going to farm. Like, it's some boss you got to. Like,
And you know, y'all they laugh at Kai because he's died 1,000 times and all that.
right.
Don't do that to me.
I mean, I was on Millennia for like 60 hours.
He was fighting the pre-sentinel for 6 hours.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have to fight. See, Elder don't tell you nothing. You ain't gotta fight that guy. You don't have to fight any of these people right now. You go somewhere and come back when you ready. He ain't know. Well,
Yeah.
Duke told him he didn't care.
Yeah, and
Beat him though.
people was like, nah, they go make fun of me. They would. They make fun of him regardless. Bro, I think TVH fought Millennia for like 7 hours
16.
or so. 16?
He had. One of the bosses he fought. He's trying to prove a point. He went in there probably with the bare minimum. I think it took him 16 hours because JG was teasing him about it. Cause
Oh, yeah. I think it was
I
Millennia
think.
then. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then RDC, Mark, he fought Millennia for 9 hours straight. I watched the whole stream. It was hilarious. And people was clowning. I'm like, bro, at least he did it. Y'all was using cheese strat. I'm like, let me see y'all gameplay.
They're not gonna let you.
Yeah.
They're not.
It's crazy. All right.
I'll give y'all something. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, game of the year so far for 2024. Like, you can also list what you looking forward to for the remainder of the year. This year it has some good games, but it's just an okay year. I got Persona 3 Reload, remake of Persona 3. They improved it. So I know people was upset they didn't go with like the features from the port, because it's like this is the fourth version of Persona 3, I believe. It's the original, and then Persona 3 FES, where it gets like the epilogue, and because OG Persona 3, bro, you couldn't control your party members, so your teammates would just attack and do dumb shit, and knowing that they're immune to the weakness that they have, and it was just a lot of dumb. It made the game so much harder. And then Persona 3 also had a sickness thing, because you know when they in Persona 5, when you go to a palace or mementos, you tired and you get a massage to like not go to sleep right away. Persona 3, your party members could get sick because it's draining on them. If you stay in there too long, they're like, hey, we're getting kind of tired, maybe we should leave. You choose to stay in there in the OG Persona, they get sick and they can't go out in combat the next day. So Persona 3 was no joke back then. But yeah, that game was super hard. And then the portable version, where they added a option to play as a female protagonist, so it added new social links, so you could get social links with a lot of the boys that you couldn't in the OG game. But the drawback was they got rid of like the cutscenes that was in the OG, and it was more like a visual novel for the cutscenes. But yeah, people wanted the female protagonist back for the remake, but solid remake. It's my favorite game. Like, it's an emotional roller coaster. I think this one, the endings for this is one of the games that choked me up. I'm like, it's really good.
Okay.
But what else? I didn't look at what came out this year, but it's
It's not. It's
yeah.
not.
Uh, yeah, I played Banishers. I like it. There's nothing to hit home about. It's just a decent game. You like Ghost Hunters or
We have
Spear Hunters?
Stellar Blade,
Oh yeah, Stellar Blade, excellent. Uh,
Rebirth.
Rebirth. Yeah, I'm not playing Rebirth because like I wasn't gonna. This is the thing. I from day one I said I'm not playing the remake trilogy till all the games are out. I only played remake I think last year because the PS4 version was free, PlayStation Plus 1 month, but then the PS5 version got added to extra, and I'm like okay because I know this is the thing. Square Enix said if you got the PlayStation Plus version, the PS4 version, you can't upgrade to the PS5 version. They're like no, you gotta buy the game. That was the whole thing. So anybody who got through PlayStation Plus, they couldn't play the PS5 version and play the DLC, the Yuffie DLC. So I wasn't gonna play till all the games came out, but I saw the PS5 version was in PlayStation Extra tier. I'm like, well, I might as well play it now because I could get a free platinum. People, that's another thing. Platinum hunters hate when you do the free platinum, the auto pop. So you play the PS4 version and it lets you transfer the save to the PS5. Some games let you just pop all the trophies. I like I'm gonna do that, and so I did that. But yeah, I was like I'm not playing Rebirth till the next game come out. So yeah, I didn't play that, but I know it's good. Dragon's Dogma 2, the Prince of Persia game, the Metroidvania style.
Yeah.
Like a Dragon 8. I'm like I need a break from like Yakuza. It's just like the game is too long. I still didn't play the in between so you could hear what happened with Kiryu, the man who erased his name. Yeah, I need a break from Yakuza games, so I'll get to that.
Tired of the asset flips, man.
Yeah, bro. They need to stop it.
I love that studio.
Yeah.
Take it away. They're the only ones that can get away with asset flips like that. It's ridiculous.
Man, it is so ridiculous. It's and then they like, oh we announcing another game. I'm like, oh you're not y'all turn to Assassin's Creed. Y'all need to stop. Like it's okay to take a break. Can we wait?
Assassin's Creed. Like
Yeah.
as far as what they're doing with the amount of games and the assets, bro. Like the story is amazing. Like, I like the game. I love the game.
Yeah.
Consistency, but boy,
Bro, we got two Yakuza. Well, we got the Men Race's name and that they finally brought over the spin-offs where it's like in feudal era. What was that? Yakuza Gaiden or some shit?
I didn't even know about that game.
Yeah, that came out last year because those been out in Japan. Like they even have a zombie thing
Like
in
the
it.
drag or Dead Souls.
Yeah, they have like a zombie thing games.
That game is buns, man.
Yeah, I'm like
I rented that from GameStop that was back, not GameStop, GameFly. So that we're talking probably 12 years ago. I tried it out like, ugh.
Yeah, they doing too much. I'm like, they need to slow down. Oh yeah, fucking Suicide Squad came with. Oh my god, that game so. That's another game. See
I skipped.
my homie don't.
No, I don't even skip games like that. I skip.
Yeah, I was like, my homie's like, you getting there? I'm like, nah, bro, it's not looking good. And then I'm like, I showed him like the screen, the UI stuff. He like, yeah, and then the previews, and then tell me he loves doing this thing. He was like, so how you feeling about? I'm like, bro, you know how I'm feeling. I'm like, you just want to play it. Like, why you asking me? You spending your buddy. I'm like, all right, I'll play it with you, bro. Worst decision ever. It's like the game gets laggier when you play co-op, because when we not on co-op, it's fine, but some parts get laggy. The traversal is not really good. It's like I play with Harley Quinn. He played with Deadshot. It's not fun because it's like you just shooting guns. It's like even though they got their own ability, their ultimate is the same thing really, and then they only got like a finisher that's different and like one ability that's different from each other, and then you just got status effects. You got an armor system, a loot system, and there's like but the end game content. The end game content is the same as the main mission structure. It's the same loot.
I think Angry Joe's talking about the DLC.
Yeah.
Laughing at.
It's so bad, and I'm like, you made me play this shit. You gotta platinum it now. He was like, what? I'm like, yeah, we platinum in this game, so I'm gonna make you suffer, and it's one of the worst platinums ever, bro.
Crazy. Yeah, I seen the gameplay. I rarely let reviews change whether or not I'm gonna play a game.
Same.
Every now and again, bro, there's an exception, and Suicide Squad was one of those. I said, man, I cannot. I was getting ready to get my costume and everything. I could not do that, bro. See, well, okay, because we had that topic from yesterday that you had sent about so we can get to that. I don't want to say too much.
Yeah.
I'm looking my game of the year for 2024, Skull and Bones.
I remember when we was on a podcast on your podcast when we was talking about Skull and Bones. It didn't release yet. This game took forever to come out. It's like they had to do this because they had a grant or whatever. They were forced.
It wasn't Sweden. It was Singapore or something.
Yeah, they're like, nah, you gotta drop a game. And we gave you this money, so they're like, fuck, we gotta finish it. First quadruple A. I remember when you asked me that, I was like, bro, it sounds like a triple A. Y'all started cracking up.
Quadruple A is not real.
Yeah.
Xbox tried that with the initiative, and that was like 7 years ago with Perfect Dark. That game still isn't out. There's no such thing, man. Put Redefine that Skull and Bones. Like, you got a whole niche that is just there for the taking, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, people are playing Sea of Thieves because it's not like there's 20 other games that's like Sea of Thieves.
Right.
It's just the one game. So you have a whole lane sitting there, and you do that, bro. You just gave people a weaker version of a mechanic that was in Black Flag. Like, no, and he's that CEO. So the game should be priced based off of like user enjoyment. It was a ridiculous quote he said. Like, he was saying that, I think he said that Skull and Bones should be $100.
Yeah, that's another game I had to talk my friend down from because he he pirates and stuff. I'm like, bro, you can't even get out the ship. You
can't
take,
get out.
Yeah, it's like a cutscene to go get materials, and now how you farm materials. You're shipping close to an island. You just click stuff. I'm like, don't buy this game, man. Like, do not give them your money. And it got discounted so fast. It was hilarious.
Like, we think pirates, bro. I'm thinking we're going to go and hijack ships. I'm going to go to islands and kill people and take their gold and gangster stuff, bro. Not like I'm clicking and get out of here, man.
Yeah.
And did they have legendary ships on Skull and Bones?
Bro, I can't.
Probably not.
I can't even tell you.
Because legendary ships on Black Flag was like the selling point of that game, boy. Them ships, that was rough. That's why I ain't get to beat most of them.
Yeah, Stellar Blade solid. It sold like 1 million some change copies. Same with a lot of games sold 1 million that dropped this year. Yakuza, the Grand Blue game. I think Liza P did too. I wish it sold more. Oh, I gotta talk to PlayStation fans. The way y'all was hyping this up, it's like, oh, they not woke. Like, she's hot and sexy. Oh, look at the skin. I mean, they was complaining some outfit got changed out of all her fucking skimpy outfits. One outfit y'all mad.
What?
But I was like, this game only sold 1 million copies. The way y'all was raving, this is a fight against the woke culture. I'm like, where are these sales at? I'm like, that's good for them. They happy because they're Korean studio, so the currency is different. So 1 million units, whatever they made, that's a lot to them. So I'm glad. And they said they want to make this a franchise, and they want to work on a new IP as well as a sequel. So
1 million. Yeah, it's only 1 million.
Yeah, I'm happy for them.
End of June, and the era we grew up in, 1 million is really good.
Yeah,
we've gotten so outrageous that the industry is now saying that 3-5 million sales for a lot of games is a failure.
Yeah,
I remember they tried that with Tomb Raider. Was that 2013 or was that the second one out of that? One of those.
I think it was the second one.
I think it sold 3 or 5, and they were like, we were expecting 7, and I'm like, you guys are ridiculous.
Yeah, a couple games I understand. Just Spider-Man, with the leaks, because they gotta sell certain million copies to keep the overlords happy from Disney and Marvel.
Right.
And the licensing fee they have on that, so those games I understand. But other games I'm like, bro, y'all should be happy. A AA game, why you not happy with this sales? People are
Stellar Blade it's not a AAA game, bro.
Yeah.
Didn't Sony they ran out of money. Then Sony come in and they funded the remainder of the
Yeah.
game or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, solid. What was Oh, I want to mention a game. I
I
forgot.
have Black Myth. Realistically,
Uh-huh.
I cannot see a game beating that. And if it does happen, I will be 100% shocked if a game beats this. Because I don't know. I didn't play the last Like a Dragon.
Yeah, I
That
didn't
has a
either.
very niche audience. I look. I like Dead Space remake and some remakes. I don't care what anybody says. My personal opinion: a remake should never win Game of the Year for any reason. I don't think it's fair.
I
I don't
agree with
think
that.
yeah, like you haven't taken any risk at all. You've taken a previously very successful project and you modernized it. I don't think that's fair putting that up against people who have to either put out a sequel or a brand new game and keep the fans happy. I just don't. So
Yeah.
Final Fantasy is probably gonna get nominated because this year's not that great. Rise of the Ronin,
It's
I
a
was
decent game. It's too
it's
long.
decent, but oh, that platinum. If I would have known, I wouldn't have bothered. I'm so far in that I have to finish the platinum now.
Yeah, I think you're on the last chapter.
I know, but I still have like 17 more um allied missions to do.
Yeah, it's a lot. I
And
was like, this game is dragging.
yeah, what else is coming out? Hades
uh,
2.
the
Probably
new
gonna be crazy.
IP from Atlas by the Persona 3 to 5 creators. Metaphor, terrible name. Metaphor Refantasia.
Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. I haven't even seen that.
Oh,
Assassin's
that's where you
Creed.
play as Zelda. It's been,
Assassin's Creed. We'll see how that goes.
bro. Did you see the clunky ass gameplay? It's like
I didn't look at it yet. You said
Naue.
watching.
Naue. I wish I had the clip. Naue, she's doing like a special move. Like it goes like black and white and it's blood. She's not even hitting the dude. It's like a flurry of attacks, and she's clearly missing. But you just see blood. I'm like, what is this, Ubisoft?
Oh, um, oh, the new Life is Strange is this year.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully it's good, man. I haven't liked Life is Strange since the first one. Honestly, I
True
hated.
Colors
I hate the
was
second one.
not great. Second one, I like the second one. Nothing's messing with that first game. No,
Yeah,
ain't close. First
bro.
game.
I.
Silent Hill 2 comes out.
Mm-hmm.
This year's not good, man. And what you think about the South Park game?
Bro, I saw it. I'm like, oh, I'm glad you bought this. I'm not buying it. I'm like,
It was fun though.
Matt and
It
Trey
was fun.
Parker was like, we want to try something different. I'm like, that's cool, but I know they got more games in work because they had a big contract, like more seasons, more movies. They
Yeah.
have contracts with Paramount, like they got exclusive specials. It's like they in a game, like I said, they got more games coming. So I'm looking forward to that stuff. But I'll buy it on sale.
That wasn't no 3 out of 10 though. I never really go. I never really get annoyed by ratings, but a
Hmm
3 out of 10 was really disrespectful, bro. That's not no a 3. They gave The Walking Dead a 3. The last one. I'm gonna play for a YouTube video because I gotta play the worst games of 2023.
Oh, the one where you change the destiny.
Yeah,
Oh man, that game was like, so bad.
yeah.
Yeah, I think like a 3 probably be like it got to be like on the level of that Gollum game. Like, come on, man.
Did you play that Gollum, bro?
No, hell no. I like who want to play it. I don't know why they made that game.
Well, they closed right after, bro.
Hmm
I see. It's games like that where it's like y'all don't care, and if you do care, maybe it's not them. That publishing company don't care because there's no way. That was a horrible video game. Horrible.
Yeah, I don't know what exec said. Let's do a game about Gollum. Like, bro, nobody wants to. You see, people was complaining how they didn't like how Mary Jane was uglier in the second Spider-Man game. You think they want to play as this ugly creature?
Uh huh.
it
Exactly.
is wild. But oh yeah, Mario, a new Mario. Have you played the Mario and Luigi series? It's like a turn-based RPG. That's one of the games that like is the OGs for like the combat where you got to time the button press to do more damage.
Yeah,
But
I never played it.
yeah, I played. I think it was on GBA. Though. I played Superstar Saga. Yeah, they got a new one coming out on Switch. It looks really good.
Okay.
Um, But yeah, other one, yeah, my most anticipated is definitely Metaphor ReFantasia. But yeah, I think Black Myth might win, and I don't think DLC should be in the Game of the Year category either.
Me either.
I don't know
It
why.
might though.
Yeah, because Cyberpunk was in there. I think I'm like, what the fuck?
They
Yeah,
you can't say
it's
nothing bad about Elden Ring, bro. That's one of those games, bro.
yeah, the Souls community get triggered. Yeah, that's it. It's just an okay
Last
year
of
for
Us
gaming.
2 remastered.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know why they did that. Just drop a patch, bro.
Isn't that old? No, that's on PS4. It's a PS4 game. Yeah, just drop the patch.
And Sony just greedy, and people bought it. I'm like, y'all was wrong with the industry, bro. Okay, next topic is this wasn't on my list, but let's add Ubisoft real quick because they pissing me off. The same games, bro. The same games. Don't matter what IP it is. The same mission structure. Like I said, Outlaws. What I've been hearing about Outlaws is like, oh my god, man, it's so bad. I'm like, I think the development time wasn't that long. It's like, why y'all do that actress like that? That's another thing. People mad how the actress look, cause like she's cute in real life, but I'm like, not even just how she look in the game. I don't care about that. It's whatever. Um, it's just like the game is ass, and she is so excited to be in Star Wars universe. The game sucks, so people go out of their way to like attack an actress for being in a terrible product. And I'm like, why y'all do this to this girl, man? It's such a bad game. It's just like, oh, Star Wars is gonna print his money. And my homie, he bought the fucking. I told him about the previews. I told him it's not looking good. He still bought it. He bought the $130 version. I'm like, cause he didn't even tell me about it, cause he know I was gonna talk shit. Cause when he pre-ordered Wukong, and I went on his account to download it, I'm like, let me see what purchase he made, and I noticed he buy V. I'm like, oh, you buy VC? I'm like, I didn't know that. Like, he bought so much VC, but I saw he bought. Cause when I saw in his downloads Star Wars, I'm like, I hope he just bought the standard or anything, bro. He bought the $130 edition. I'm like, you don't even know if you gonna like the game, man. Like,
Yeah.
I was so mad at this nigga.
Ubisoft, it's a bummer, bro. They were one of the best devs, PS3, Xbox 360, in previous eras, easily. Like, I play, like, when I go back for, like, old walkthrough series, and I realize the game I'm playing is a Ubisoft game, I realized they had a lot of different kinds of games they did, all different genres. But, like, last gen, man, during the PS4 and Xbox One era, I don't know what happened to them, but the copy paste of the mechanics is outrageous, bro.
Yeah, man.
Like, even down to like the way that AI reacts to you on almost every game is identical. So like when the Division came out, the first one,
Yeah.
like I'm just like, these are the Watchdog AI.
Mm-hmm.
Watchdog comes out, I'm like, these are the Far Cry AI. Like it doesn't feel unique. Like their experiences all for the like most part feel the same. And it's just I don't know what it is, but I knew something was up, bro. When Far Cry Primal came out, and they had showed that they literally copied and pasted the map from 4 exactly and changed the assets to look like the time period. And that's when I was like, yo, these boys is bugging. Like then they had Ghost Recon, and I'm like, this is the Division. And these guys are killing me with these mechanics. And that's why I was really surprised when Origins came out.
Mm-hmm.
Because it felt like they took their time with the game. They had like, they didn't put out Assassin's Creed for like 2 years and everything. I was like really impressed. But then, and then it went left again. Like, you guys, I don't know what they're doing, but like y'all partitioning out game mechanics as a whole game with Skull and Bones. No Splinter Cell for over a decade.
No Splinter Cell.
I just like did Blacklist not do well? Let's Ubisoft is the pinnacle of what it looks like when a game is too successful.
Yeah.
So when Assassin's Creed was as successful as it is, that ruined pretty much the rest of their library. Because now we have a new metric that says that we have 10 million people that bought this game. Why would we put out this game over here that's going to sell 1.5 million or 2 million copies? It's a failure now. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm. They used to publish all kind of games, bro. They published a turn-based JRPG from Software called Enchanted Arms, and they developed one of the best Naruto games on 360 PS3. Like they used to make all kind of games, and now it's just the same
Sports
thing.
games, everything.
Yeah, it is crazy. I think they made a racing game too,
Yep,
and
they did.
yeah, it sucks too because like I was saying about Outlaws, it's not even decent at the stuff it borrows, like the stealth, like the AI is. I think it's one of the worst AI in all the games in a minute. It's so bad, and then like it doesn't really give you a lot of to utilize for the stealth, and then they give you just stupid mini games, lockpicking mini games. It's like, why do they try to change up the formula so much? Just give me a simple mini game like Dying Light mini lockpicking, perfect. You don't need to do nothing else with lockpicking. It has a stupid like match like the beeps when you lockpicking. It's so dumb. I hear people say they just go to accessibility options and turn that off. Cause it's bad.
Had lock picking as well. I hated that too.
Yeah, and then it's like the combat is like she has a blaster and then she get like a pulse setting and like some for the droids as well. But it's like you don't keep. She don't really get more guns. Like you can pick up guns from dead enemies, but you don't keep those. You gotta drop them. And then the combat basically limits down to there's explosive barrels every time in an encounter because you don't have much in ours. So they're gonna like lean back to blasting, and it's like people saying they kind of force stealth on you to like mask that the combat is so bad, even though the stealth is not that good either. So what are you doing? Then again, they have a reputation system with a different faction in the Star Wars universe, but it doesn't really play a heavy role because you can just do side missions, get it back up, and it's not that serious. And then you got these people pissed at you. Then later on in the story, they like, hey, we need you to do a mission for us. I'm like, there's no consequence. So I don't know. I'm sick of Ubisoft games. It used to be one of my favorite studios. I was excited for Shadows, but after seeing that combat, I'm gonna still play it because I've been waiting for Assassin's Creed Japan forever. But after seeing that combat, I'm like, yo, y'all need to
How
like.
long is it? I don't want a 50 or 60 hour assassin. Because what do they say? Oh, you complaining about more for your money? Like, ain't nobody complaining. All hours ain't the same, bro. I wish
Yeah.
people would stop that. Like, 100, like, Elden Ring, you could invest 200 hours of your life into that and enjoy every hour.
Mm-hmm.
That's different than you getting another game that's, I don't know, 10 hours of good content and 40 hours of filler, and you got 50 hours. No, I don't want to play a game for that long unless the hours are worth it and are enjoyable. You can't just blow the game and then sell it and then have people say, well, you got more for your money. Like, they keep doing that. I hope it's not a 60-hour game. I might not play it if it's that long.
Yeah, it's just I don't need bloat in my games. It's like nothing of any substantial like shit in there because it's like you're wasting my time.
I just looked it up. Assassin's Creed 2 did 9 million copies in the first 6 months, bro. Like, that's where it all went down, right there. Like, even we talked about GTA 5. That game was way too successful. You see what happened with Rockstar after that.
Yeah.
Like, we're not even going to do single player DLCs and stuff anymore now. Even though we gave you three DLCs for the last game and people love them. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Hey, you want to see what Franklin's up to? Play the online. Like nobody trying to do that, bro.
Yeah, man. And these dudes, people kill me who plays Grand Theft Auto Online for single player. I'm like, that literally built the entire franchise. These people are nuts. They just say stuff because it's what they like and they think that's what it is. Like, get out of here, bro.
Yeah. People like, oh, all I did was fuck around in the GTA games. I'm like, well, that's you. I fucked around too, but I finished the story. The story was like a main selling point. I don't get it. Yeah, it sucks that how successful they got because, bro, we got GTA 5 and Red Dead 2. Where's Bully 2? Where's LA Noir 2? So many Rockstar got so many IP that they could work on, but not anymore.
Nope. Max Payne 4, Midnight Club.
Yeah.
There's a LA Noir there's a game from that team or whatever's left of them set in like the 40s that they're working on.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's gonna be the same or something like that, but they're working on where's that at? Yeah, this is as recently as 2 months ago. Yeah, it just says a new 1940s game. That's all it says.
I gotta keep my eye on that.
And I see when your reputation is good, like I'll buy stuff just because of who. Like it takes two. I bought that because of who made it. Like I do that all the time. If your
Hmm.
reputation is good, like I believe in your product.
All right. Yeah, same. All right, next topic I want to talk about. We touched about this like months ago in the Discord, but somebody on Twitter was talking about they should just disable trophies and achievements. The only reason why you want that is because you be talking about games and you ain't even play them, man. It's crazy out here. So many people get exposed. Like I will never forget. Um, I think I was complaining about Kingdom Hearts 3, and I was like, bro, these bosses are light work compared to old games. Even the optional boss that you fight for the platinum, that Heartless with the sword in Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm like, Kingdom Hearts 1 had harder optional bosses.
Wait.
Like the Phantom in Neverland, and then that big, I think it had like 4 arms in Agrabah.
Uh
Um, I'm like, this is a joke. And then some random person was like, oh, none of the Kingdom Hearts bosses have ever been hard. I'm like, have you played them? I'm like, and then he was just going on he was just going on and on defending it, and then I was like, wait, have you played them? He was like, no, but I watched people play. I'm like, oh, so you watched a beat the whole game level 1 expert destroy the boss, and you don't think it's hard? I'm like, okay. I'm like, stop talking to me, because he wouldn't show me his trophies either. That's why I was like suspicious. And then I was like, did you play it? He's like, no, but I watched somebody. I'm like, all right, bro. Yeah.
That's usually on some real shit. Most of the time, you get comments like that on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you are. People have not played these games, bro. They have watched people who breeze through it because some people are just skilled or they have a lot of time
Mm-hmm.
or just whatever, and they're like, "Oh, they don't look that hard." Okay, um, yeah. Try fighting Sephiroth when you have no business out there with him. One of
Yeah.
the hard. He like, and that's what kills me, bro. Is they say that stuff, but if we typed in hardest game bosses of all time, sometimes you'll see some of the people that they're saying are easy on these lists. So I guess everybody's just trash then, right? Like because most of the lists, like you're going to see Sephiroth on a lot of those lists from Kingdom Hearts, the
Yeah.
first game. What is trip?
Yeah, it is insane too. Like, TBH started. He joined the club of checking people with trophies and
Yeah,
achievements.
good, good,
Like, yes, you finally see why I do it.
bro. I
I
swear to God.
Yeah, man. I started it because my homie who I was telling you about long ago, PS3. I still had a picture. He got mad I posted it because I was playing Uncharted 2. Um, and I was like, yo, this mission is kicking my ass. I was playing on the before Grounded, the one below Grounded. I was like, I'm getting destroyed, and I beat it. And then he's like, oh, you just suck, and blah blah blah. I'm like, I beat it, and I'm like, let me check his trophies. This man beat it on easy. I'm like, oh, I see why you said it was easy. I posted on Facebook.
Right.
He was like, oh, I was just using a different account. I'm like, nah, I don't want to hear none of that,
No,
bro.
no. They always do that too. Bro,
Yeah.
look. I never even used to do that, but I got tired of people talking crazy, bro.
Mhm.
Like it's happened during live streams. People come in and they don't even had a game, never played it. But these journalists
Oh man.
need to be held accountable, bro.
Mhm.
These dudes is doing full like I don't care who you are. Witcher come out day one. I don't know how you got a full review on this game, bro. These games are so long that you can't really play that whole game in that amount of time and have a real review. Black Myth Wukong, one of the devs said there was no female representation.
Oh, the journalist from Screen Rant. Yeah.
I I just fought a boss and she was out there slicing me up, and I'm like these people are crazy. And I said, the next time I go on somebody's podcast, bro, we got to have a conversation because we got to start asking these people who are talking the way they talk about these games, what's their trophies looking like, bro? Because we can't allow people to have a whole podcast platform and you don't even play games, bro. Like, why are you? Video games are the only place where people would even tolerate something like that,
Mhm.
where people who literally don't game can say all this stuff about video games. While, like, how could you have an opinion and you don't game at all? The one dude said he does 5 podcasts a week. He don't have time to game. Why are you talking about video games,
Yeah.
Start checking dudes' trophies, bro. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you find out people saying stuff about games and they ain't play them, they shouldn't be. They shouldn't like nobody should believe what they're saying. Period, bro. There's
Yeah.
no reason to hide trophies, dog. That is nasty work. Why would? Why are your trophies private?
Yeah. Why are they private? I'm. It's somebody we know who trophy's private. I'm not gonna say it on live. I'm gonna tell you after.
Okay.
But yeah, it's so annoying. Like the dude who made that tweet, I'm like, people's like, oh, they looked up a lot of the games he talked about. Barely had any time on them. Didn't have achievement. I'm like, yeah, this is why. And like you said, journalists be talking out their ass, and just regular everyday gamers, they be talking about their ass, not playing it. I'm like, and people be coming in like try hard, like, oh, you got to do this and that. I'm like, you watch like 5 different people play it. It's the same way. I always got annoyed watching people play like Telltale type games because I hate the community because they always be on. They be on your head. They was on Berlizzi head. Whoever play RDC, whoever play these type of games, they're like, oh, how did you do this? Why did you make these dumb choices? Like, did you play the game? Or did you watch a guy while he was playing the game so you get the right choices?
And what's the right choices anyway? Like
Yeah.
that's what kills me. Like it doesn't make. I had a guy who told me that I made the Guardians of the Galaxy breakup with my choices, bro, on the Telltale Guardians game. I'm just like, you guys, like, it doesn't make sense, bro. Like, y'all want people to pick what y'all would pick,
Right.
but there's no right. I could now look on Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, and Detroit Become Human. You can make way more of an argument about good and bad choices on there because people are actually dying
Yeah.
from some of that. Like, you can't always predict the way some of these people are going to die anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even take Until Dawn. Like, when that dude has you and that girl and you say kill her, you don't know that later on she's going to shut the door in your face and not let you come in when you're running from something that your character's going to die. But people are like, see, you should have blah blah blah. I'm like, man, y'all are so uppity. Like,
I got Chris clap. I think I lost half the people. I lost Chris. I lost the girl who shut the door. I fucked up at the end. I got like 2-3 people clap at the end. I think only like a couple people survived my first playthrough.
yeah, like, bro, see, and those games are designed to be played multiple times, so you see how your choices, um, like fall anyway. So I don't know, but so I love playing them, but it really is I don't like reading comments when I'm playing decision based games.
Mm-hmm.
And now the Souls community, bro. Like,
Yeah.
they make games not fun, bro.
Yeah, they're
Like,
super obnoxious.
it's not cool.
Yeah, that sucks too. Cause I'm like, when I be seeing people get somebody killed, I'm like, don't y'all want to see different outcomes? See how it's gonna shape up? But it's like you gotta make this decision. This is the only decision, man. I'm like, that's boring. Why would I want to watch the same thing? Like, sure they get to it on their own, but like, don't tell nobody.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks. Yeah. And it says, yeah, but trophies, it's crazy too, cause people was saying like, oh, I saw a lot of people come out saying like, oh, who cares about platinum hunting? Like that's why people. I'm like, anybody that comes to somebody for not getting a platinum, man, don't even worry about them. It's whatever. I'm like, people just like trophies and achievements because it's something else to do. Like, a lot more people would finish Nintendo games if they had achievements. Trust me.
Bro. I swear to God, that's a fact, bro. Like, I don't feel compelled to finish a lot of those Nintendo games, and I really be enjoying them.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no trophies.
Yeah, it's just like it's something in our brain. Is like that dopamine effect, bro. It's if Nintendo had achievements.
I'm a new trophy hunter still. Like, I've only been trophy hunting for like 3.5 years for real. Up close to like 3.5 years. Because I didn't start trophy hunting until 21. Because I was still playing Assassin's Creed that first quarter. So I've only been doing it for a little bit. And like, I understand the appeal of trophies. Now I understand people are like, I'm never going for a trophy in my life. Right. Some of those games, like you gotta. The problem with some trophies is like, you gotta completely change the way you would play the game just to enjoy it. Like now you got stuff open on your screen every 5 seconds. You're looking at this. That's not necessarily the way games are meant to be played. So that's not as fun as like, like even Spider-Man's Platinum was like, that was fun. Just like visiting different places and maybe you gotta try to get a certain combo or you put certain clothes on. those are like the fun chill platinums. Like that stuff is fun, and it when you start trophy hunting, and you don't even do it for every game. I think people think that people that do trophy hunting do it every game. You kind
Yeah.
of plan it out ahead of time. Like, yo, let me look at what I need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I could do this, or hey, I'm gonna play this one, but I ain't going for like Resident Evil. I'm never doing it, bro. I'm not playing that game 3 times on different difficulties to get it. I would never do that, but I'm still gonna play the game and just enjoy it. They don't get that. They think everybody on there
Yeah.
going out of their way, but it opens up a whole another way for you to enjoy the game
Right.
as long as you plan it out ahead of time. And it's fun. Sometimes it's not,
Mm-hmm.
but you know,
Some of them are grindy.
like Stellar Blade, because of the USB save not being able to save it, I legit had to play that game like 2.25 times to get that one. Now, don't get me wrong, Stellar Blade's not that long. You learn because you can kind of just rush through the main objectives and not visit everywhere. But you know, I'd rather not have to do that. But I did that one, sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy too because like it this game called Sakura Wars. I think it's a long run series. I was interested in it. I ended up not liking this one. I'm like, maybe the other ones are better. Halfway through, me and my homie was like, oh, this is not it. I was gonna go for the platinum, but I wasn't like the character decision and nothing. I'm like, I don't care no more. Just give me off this game. And like some of them are annoying, especially OG trophies like early PS4, Xbox One, and then PS3 360. Some of the hardest achievements ever. I'm like,
Yeah, I looked at them because I was trying to platinum PS3 games. That's not on that.
yeah, it is insane. Like trophies have definitely got easier, but there's still some annoying ones you gotta go through. So like, I'm gonna use whatever is in available to get these platinums, bro. Cause like my friend who loves Souls game, he be like, you didn't do the full experience. I'm like, bro, I'm not beating Elden Ring 3-4 times. Like, I don't care. Like, I beat the game, bro. And he not even a trophy hunter. He just like he feel like I did do the challenge because it gets harder with the new game. I'm like, I don't care, bro. If they let me save scum to get the other end, I'm doing it.
Simple. I mean, that's open and shut. Like backlog is like 40 games.
Mm-hmm.
I have even though there's games I've seen that I know is like, yo, this is a classic. I haven't even been able to touch it yet.
All right.
So I got classics sitting in my backlog that I ain't been able to play. You think I'm gonna play Elden Ring or Resident Evil 2 or 3 more times when I can just jump over to like one of these? You're tripping.
Yeah, like I was telling him, like some games I'll play over and over. Like Don't Make Cry. Yeah, you have to beat every difficulty. It doesn't stack difficulty trophies, but I don't have a problem doing it. It's not a long game. I love the combat. It's easy to do. Like I got all the achievements on Devil May Cry 1 and 3 on the 360 because like I don't have a problem playing those games over. 5 is where I stop because grinding those red orbs is annoying. You need to get every ability. One of them costs like 10 million or something, and then it has a difficulty where the enemy has normal damage but you die in one hit. I was like, oh.
No, we're not.
That's why I stopped Hi-Fi Rush. They had that difficulty too. I'm like, I'm out.
You plan. That's what I'm saying. You plan out. You pull up I'm like, okay, Hi-Fi Rush. They saying I gotta play this one. I'm not doing no plats where you forcing me to play the whole game again 2 tiers higher than the first time. I'm not doing it. Another thing, people think trophies mean you do everything in the game. Yeah. Very rarely does a platinum require you to actually 100% the game. That's not it at all. Elden Ring, I didn't have to do everything. That would have been there's 240 bosses on that game.
Yeah.
I would never do something like that.
I fought like maybe 40 or 50 bosses. I'm like, I'm not.
Yeah, well, how many of them was reskin?
A lot of them, yeah. Like
they got away with murder, bro. I fought that damn that knight, the Black Knight on that horse. I seen that dude like 7 times, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of here, man.
Yeah, and it's crazy too, cause like, yeah, you think I'm doing every question mark in Witcher 3, Skellige, where they all in water? Like that was a trophy. I wasn't going for the platinum.
Right.
Yeah, it's just like it gives you extra incentive to explore the game, and again, we can expose motherfuckers out here, cause there's too many of y'all talking about games you ain't played. It's ridiculous. And if I saw some comment like, oh, well, that's not the case all the time. I hide my trophy. I forgot what reason he gave the highest trophy. He like, but when I show them the trophy, they it's funny seeing their reaction. I'm like, well, we still don't know if it's you because you can just find somebody gamer tag on PSN profile easy and say that you got the trophy. I'm like, I need to be able to see for myself if you talking shit about a game or you defending the game. I need to know you playing it. Like I said, I don't go on my like if you making fun of somebody for like only have like 20% trophy, you're a weirdo, bro.
That's just
Yeah.
that's what puts people off from going from trophy hunting because they think a lot of trophy hunters are like that. Oh, you don't got no platinum. Man, nobody. I do platinums because it's fun. Nobody care about that shit, man. You can't say somebody don't play games because they don't go for plats. No, you could be like me, where I played a game, beat it, got off, and went to the next one over and over and over.
Yeah.
Sidebar, the GOAT game, Bug Snacks. You see the card game?
They have a card game coming?
They got a card game. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's on Kickstarter.
Oh shit! I gotta kickstart that. Oh, bro.
They got it. No, we can't though. They closed it because they hit their goal. I wanted to pledge anyway, but
It's like a video game or like a trading card game like Yu-Gi-Oh.
I think it's a video game.
Oh, I'm on
Pretty
that.
Sure.
I'm on that.
Yeah, because you get a digital download of the product. Yo, I can't wait till this drop.
Oh yeah, I'm on that.
Matter of fact, oh yeah, here look, here go the collector's edition right here. I don't know if you can see the chat. Can you see the chat or not?
No, I closed it. I forgot how to open it up. Oh, see, I don't even. Let me not mess with nothing. Yeah, let me not mess with nothing.
Matter of fact, I can share my screen and just show you. Matter of fact, I don't need to, but they have the digital game,
Mhm.
and they have physical cards as well. They have like a centipede, like little collectible, all that, bro.
I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot. I was gonna mention that one of the, what was that 2021? That's one of what year did that come out?
I don't know, bro. You put me on that because I was not looking at. I was like, man, that's the dumbest game I ever seen.
Bro, it's just
then I played it.
The theme song. It was just something. It was 2020. It was just something about the theme song that I was like, I gotta try this game.
Yeah.
And great game. What were you about to say?
No, they definitely, it's definitely like you could play it as a tabletop and it looks like as a video game as well.
Oh, I'm definitely copping that. Yeah, if you ain't played Buzznax, go play it. I know it looks dumb, but crazy story. It's just a chill game, easy plat too. Yeah, the twist, you won't be expecting it.
The story was actually good. Like,
yeah.
That was fun. I mean, it's definitely silly, but I ain't gonna lie. Catching some of them bugs is a little bit of a pain.
Yeah.
Having that soda can go into that fire cave and shoot that took me like 45 minutes, but when I finally got it, it was like I beat an Elden Ring boss, bro. So happy.
Yeah, some of those bugs are super annoying. Definitely. Yeah, they piss me off. It's like some of the ones in the desert annoyed the fuck out of me.
Yep. That fire hamburger.
Yeah. I'm like, you miss one, it's a wrap. But yeah, let's talk about so Nadeshot clip. I put it in the edit for y'all, but
there's something weird that has happened in the gaming community. I'm serious too when I say this. For some reason, everybody in the gaming community wants games to fail. It's very bizarre. Like the whole thing with XDefiant is still like stumps me to this day. People complain about not having enough games to play, but when new games come out, even before they have played it, they're like, that game sucks, I'm not going to play it. Listen, man, if we keep tearing down these studios trying to make good games, like, yeah, not every single one is going to be fun and not every single one is going to be a hit. But if we're sitting here like preying on its downfall before the game even comes out, what do you think's going to happen? Nobody's going to be investing in gaming and making new games. And you're not going to have shit to fucking play. You're going to be sitting here playing MW2 Remastered Edition. You're going to be sitting here trying to play fucking the same old games for the 1,000th time because these billionaires and fucking multi-billion publishers, they're not going to greenlight any new games, any new concepts, any new IP. I mean, I try to put myself in the shoes of myself when I was like 16 years old, but I can't. I was excited for new games when they came out. The problem is now we have too many options. We've seen too many different games. We've seen too many different ways to interact with games. Like back in the day, bro, when in 2007, when Halo 3, Gears of War 1, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare dropped the same fucking year, bro, we were lined up outside of GameStops, whether it was in a mall or attached to a fucking Hollywood Video, sitting there waiting, camped out, drinking fucking Mountain Dew, waiting for these new games for the midnight release. Everybody was so excited about it. Now when new games come out, we're fucking sitting around a goddamn fire witch artifact, like doing a satanic ritual for the game to fail miserably. I don't really get it.
He basically said gamers nowadays want games to fail. He's like, he don't know if it's always been like that, because when he was a teenager, he looked forward to new games, but it's so different now. He's like, you guys see a game not succeeding and you just shitting on his grave. And like, I agree, but I'm like, but at the same time, I shit on games too, because some of them are warranted, like Skull and Bones, Avengers, Suicide Squad. We didn't ask for these games, and y'all keep shoving it down our faces. Like, we tell you what we want, y'all fill it with microtransactions, and then y'all bitch about like, oh, games need to be more. I'm like, there are games I didn't buy because I'm like, what is this microtransaction? If it's egregious, I don't buy it. I'm like, well, you can eat a dick. I hope you fail. But on the same token, like, perfect example, people was hoping Guardians of the Galaxy failed just because Avengers, they associate with, like, Square Enix made this. I'm like, no, Square Enix didn't even make Avengers. It was a different studio. They just published it. And then we went to Guardians. Now, I'll admit, I wasn't looking forward to Guardians. And it wasn't because of Avengers. It's just they were showing too much, and what they were showing, it wasn't good presentation. Like, I'm sick.
Laggy too.
Yeah, I'm sick of people saying like it wasn't marketed enough. That game was marketed so much. It was in every damn showcase and event. It just, what they were showing wasn't good. It wasn't I think it was Ethos that said it was good, and I was watching a little bit of him play. I was like, oh, this. I called my homie like, hey, let's buy Guardians. So I was like, we gotta support this game. He was like, oh, it's good. I'm like, yeah, and I played it. And then that's why I messaged you like, hey, you gotta try out Guardians. So like, it's actually good, man. Like, that was an example. But yeah, people just mad Avengers sucks. So they're like, I hope this game sucks too. And I want it to do bad. And it didn't do good, and it slept on. People saying I'm wait to Game Pass. I'm like, bro, you gotta support games when it warranted. There's so many games like I said, Liza P. I wish it sold more because it's one of the best Souls likes out there. I think it is the best aside from Neo 2. Because Neo 2 was my favorite, and Liza P became my favorite Souls like. But yeah, what you gotta say on the topic?
So, Nate was right, and I realized he was right, but there's also a complete counter to that. I think a lot of that commentary is reserved for the multiplayer community. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it,
Yeah.
because that community, which we dabble in, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
are really the most problematic of the people. A lot of these bad business practices and stuff are primarily supported by the multiplayer community. I mean, we do have single player problems as well, but a lot of the egregious problems with video games have started because of the microtransaction and the multiplayer sector of the community. Like, he used xDefiant as an example, and people absolutely did want that. I could think of a couple games that people wanted to fail. xDefiant, 100%. NBA Live is another one. 100% people wanted those to fail. And you know,
recent example,
issue,
Concord. I mean,
Concord,
I played it. I don't think it's that good. Like, it's okay, but yeah, like, I don't think I wanted it to fail. It's nothing egregious. They free characters, free cinematics, free skins. I'm like, it's just not a good. It's not a like fantastic game or anything.
like, and there you go. That's 3 examples right there. Like, where people like, I want this to fail, and I'm like, this is how you get stuck with Call of Duty annually, even though they said they were going to stop. Modern Warfare 3 wasn't even supposed to come out. They were supposed to take a year off. So they took what was DLC and sold it as a separate game, full price. Like, this is how we get in these positions. At the same time, there are games that we need to fail because it sends the industry the wrong message if it gets supported.
Mm-hmm,
So
exactly.
I can take Metal Gear Ground Zeroes. I have to go back like 10 years for that one. That was a 2-hour game that they tried to sell for $40. You want a game like that to fail. Because if you buy that at $40, you're telling them, oh, this is okay. And maybe they won't sell another game for 2 hours for $40, but they'll say, okay, they think that was valuable. Maybe we'll start charging $85 for normal length games.
Yeah.
A lot of the industry is all about what can we do? What can we make them comfortable with spending? Like, what's the threshold where they'll keep increasing the cost of stuff to see kind of where we'll put our foot down. If you never push your foot down, you're going to get what you get. So, to be honest, some of these live service games, I truly want to fail.
Yeah.
Honestly, because I don't want live service to completely invade gaming. Because, first of all, that space is so competitive right now that I don't even know why the industry would want to even keep trying to rush live service games. There's too many juggernauts in that space for you to just come in and think, not only am I going to be successful, but I'm going to take people from Apex, Fortnite, League of Legends, Madden, Call of Duty, and they're going to come over here and not go back. And the industry uses that as an excuse to say that the industry is failing and collapsing and gamers don't care anymore. No, it's not that. You guys are just so greedy that you're going to abandon other types of games in favor of live service. If they were to say, okay, we'll add live service in addition to what we already do, I don't think anybody would complain. But you guys are going to take away the other stuff that works so that you could try to get your Fortnite. So if you're one of those, like Ubisoft, we see what y'all are doing, guys. Y'all tried it with Hyperskate, X-Defiant, and God knows whatever else multiplayer games riddled with microtransactions y'all got. I can't fly. But like, so it's basically like a double-edged sword. So absolutely gamers are wanting games to fail for bad reasons. There's many reasons. We've had many, honestly, an Anthem should never have had the chance to fail the way it did. But those devs got screwed into making a project that they didn't even know they were supposed to make.
Yeah.
And I mean, really, again, like Bethesda, they said it's not a bug, it's a feature. That's not even funny, bro. That's the reputation y'all have. Like, if y'all gonna put games out like that, they should fail so that you realize that people are not okay with that. Give me a finished game, bro.
Yeah, I'm so sick of people defending Bethesda games. Like, well, they do all this. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what they do. You can pick up all this and put it on shit. I don't give a damn. I don't want to play a buggy game. And it's like, why are we in 2024? You don't have simple stuff. Why am I getting loading screens for opening the door, bro?
We don't even get, like, when you really play games now, you don't really know, like, loading screens are really a thing of the past. It's not that we don't get them. It's that they're really fast now, and there's fewer of them. So when you get a game like I think Star Wars had long loading times. Deus Ex: Mankind Divided had egregiously long load times to the point where you're realizing that the load screens are there because they're so long. But Bethesda gets off, as does Ubisoft and EA, on their previous history of being the innovators, and people have caught up to these companies now, so they're able to live off their previous reputation. If they were to come in the way they are now, fresh, they wouldn't surprise nobody. And that's part of the problem. Bethesda, they've been getting away with murder for a long time, and it's not all the games. It's particular types of games that they do that are riddled with bugs. And not only that, the stuff that they're able to do, other games can do now. And they can do it better with more stuff. So I don't know what Bethesda is really the best at doing anymore as of the last 3 to 4 years.
Yeah. I honestly can't get into main Bethesda games. I tried Fallout 4. I put it down immediately.
They told me to try New Vegas. I really want to try I've tried Fallout like 5 or 6 times. I tried to get into it. They said try New Vegas. I'm going to give it a shot and see. But for me, I did not understand the appeal. I played 4 and I just laughed at the game. I laughed at the mechanics, the voice acting, the graphics, bro. It was just like.
Yeah, there's always a condition for playing mainline Bethesda games. It's like, yeah, people say New Vegas is one of the best, Fallout 3, but I'm like, but you got to download these mods because the game, you made too many saves on PS3, it just fucked your game up. It's like it's always something. Like I recently bought Fallout 3 in Vegas. I don't know why I'm playing because the show was so good. I like the show on
I'm on like
Amazon.
episode 4 or 5. It's amazing.
Yeah, I'm like finally we get a good game show. I mean, well, Castlevania was animated, but yeah, that was still good too. But yeah, great show. Season 2 on the way, and I know what they're gonna do with season 2 because episode 1 dropped. I mean, season 1 dropped all the episodes at once. Season 2, they like, all right, we drew people in. Now we're just gonna drop like 2 or 3 episodes week 1. Then you gotta wait weekly. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, it sucks too because last thing on this is like with single player games too, you know, you have these grifters and these culture warriors who like, oh, if it's a certain character in there, they want it to fail because they think it's woke, and then like when a game does fail, like, bro, Forspoken, they're like, oh, you went woke. I'm like, bro, the game just terribly written and stuff. Like Suicide Squad, they saying, oh, it failed because of woke. I'm like, bro, the game just bad on every level. There was nothing woke about it. I'm like, oh, they had a flag at the Hall of Justice. Who gives a fuck, bro? The voice acting was good. The story was ass. The only good mission was with the Batman when he was picking you off. The boss fights were ass. The mission structure was ass. The combat is boring as hell. The abilities trees suck. It's worse than the first Borderlands game. Um,
Damn.
it's so bad because it's just multipliers, bro. It's just multipliers. There's no like extra effects you put on. Like I said, like Harley Quinn, her ability is like with the grapple hook, she swings to you at high speed and smacks you, and then you can add multipliers to it because the higher your combo meter bar, the more damage you do. But yeah, the game is ass, bro. There's like nothing about it is woke. It's like it's just a poorly designed game, and I'm tired of people saying, "Well, I hate the word woke."
I hate the word.
I hate it too. Fuck dear white people. They ruin the society. I'm like, yeah, I get the original meaning, but like because of you guys, that movie and show, it just added a whole new thing to the internet, and niggas won't shut the fuck up.
Nope. It's just they just repeat what they hear.
Yeah.
There's several words that I hate that I just don't take serious at all. Like if you say it, I'm just like, all right, he's not serious because like it's a joke. Narcissist, woke, gaslight. There's a bunch of words
man.
Now the internet taking, and I'm just like, all right, if somebody says that, I just can't take them serious. Anytime it's a departure from the normal, like characters, it gets called woke. That's not like I definitely have seen some stuff on the games, and I'm like, all right, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
This right here, this is something else. But that's not as common as they're trying to make it out to be.
Yeah.
At this point, if they see somebody who's not the norm, they're like, "This is woke." I'm like, bro, that's not that. I've seen woke.
Mm-hmm.
That's not it. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, making people ugly on purpose. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Because I've seen the actors. A lot of these actors is fine, bro. And I see their face on the game, and I'm like, I don't know why we're doing that.
Right.
Like that. That's a legit complaint.
Mm-hmm.
But having a game where the main character is like some like black kid or something in a brand new game, it's not like they replaced him with somebody else. Like I know they did that on Alan Wake.
Yeah.
Saga Anderson, and here's the thing though, when they do it, even we be like, damn, why they do that? Like I didn't care. Like I didn't care that Saga Anderson was white. Who gives a damn?
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes they just do stuff because they feel like we're going to be happy about it. You don't care about that shit, man. I'm here to play a video game. I really don't even be looking at the characters like that, bro. Like where I'm like, yo, I want this and that. I'm like, is the game fun and all that? I don't care who I'm controlling, bro. But these dudes is like, oh, look, they got a woman on here. That's woke. Oh, they got it. Like,
and they be saying we care so much. It's like, oh, why you catering to? Like, yeah, of course, the majority of people game are white. It's like that for a lot of things, but it's like y'all be saying we complaining because we not. Yeah, a lot of people want to see representation. Yeah, I think that's important, but like we don't care about it as much as you think we care about it. Y'all care about it more than us because y'all always bitching like, oh, the status quo. Why you changing it? Like, why you forcing a black character in here? Like, why they force? There's countless stories of devs saying they want to do this character, but the studio heads was like, or the execs was like, no, you make them white or whatever. I'm like, y'all the ones care more than us because y'all always bitching when it's not a white character. Like
It's not like it's, and it's not even just that. They complain if the character's a woman, and I'm like,
yeah,
one of the best games we ever played, the character was a woman, but like I really don't be care. Like, and here's the other kicker, bro. A lot of times people could create a character in the game if they have the option to make a woman. The same people that be doing that woke shit will make a woman. I'm like, yo, y'all dudes is all over the place.
yeah.
I don't. You know what? We need to start checking their trophies because I don't know if they really game like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're that, if something bothers you that much when it's simple, and there's definitely examples of when it's not simple.
Right.
But like, if something bothers you that much, I get the feeling that you don't really play games like that. Like, I remember these girls was complaining that you could kill women on GTA. I'm like, you can kill everybody on GTA. Like, what do you mean? Like,
right.
what's your trophies looking like? Because y'all just saying stuff like, yeah, y'all we checking trophies, bro. We gotta stop this.
Yeah, it's crazy too because it was like I forgot where I was going with this. Damn, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, it's so dumb. This whole war and that's the thing. They say, what do you mean? You guys have black characters before name for it. They point to like a random like wizard in an old ass game or something like that. And name this NPC. I'm like, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, yeah, I don't care like that because I always told people, listen, when I was growing up, the Black Ranger wasn't my favorite Ranger. Fucking Tommy was my favorite Ranger.
White Ranger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's like if I get a black character that's interesting, then I like the character. I don't like him because he's black, but if he's a cool character,
they think that though.
Yeah.
They think, black, they'll like that, and I'm just like, but y'all cannot just shoehorn a black character in and think we're gonna rock with him, especially if he's corny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because if you don't know how to make a black character and he come out corny and all that, what we gonna say? Ain't no way they consulted with black people before they put this dude in here.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, we don't really care like that, and like, I grew up in the '90s, bro. Like, they would call the '90s super woke by today's standards.
Bro, I'm saying.
Like they don't really know that like this is not new.
Big Mama's house,
they're gonna bring up extreme examples that we know are problematic. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the reaches. Like when y'all start reaching and all that, like y'all gotta stop.
Yeah.
Like, I think they were saying Star Wars Outlaw was woke because she looks like Han Solo and basically is Han Solo. And I'm like, I mean, I get it, but like the game just doesn't look good at all. Were you gonna play this if it was Han Solo? Did you play Jedi Survivor and Fallen Order? No, you probably didn't.
Yeah, because it's just like dumb. Like, complain about the dumb shit like in there because this been a problem with Star Wars for like years now. It's like they do this thing where a person don't have no kind of gear on their hands. They slap a stormtrooper on the helmet, like and it knocks them out. I'm like, how?
Yeah.
And it does that in Outlaws for a stealth kill. Like, complain about that. That's fucking stupid. Like, how is she taking out this stormtrooper with a helmet smack? But yeah, they make the face model. Okay, valid complaint. Mary Jane, valid complaint for the face model. 100%. Yeah. 100%. A lot of the models look ugly.
Like even on Spider-Man 2, they had the mission. I guess she was playing as the deaf girl, and I'm like, I really don't want to do this. Like,
yeah, I was like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, like call that out. Yeah, I was like, y'all doing too much, and I don't like the new design on the Watanabe, the cop. I was like, bro, I know what y'all doing. Yeah, you can call that out, but other shit, y'all just be throwing the word out.
Well, and people have a habit in general, like consumers across really any space, of feeling like a company should cater to you. You're not even you're not a fan already. It's not like they have disappointed you by doing this. You were never a fan. Why would they change their formula or try to appease you when you're not a fan already? That's like, that doesn't make sense to me, bro. Like there's people that say, oh, I wouldn't watch this YouTuber. He makes content for kids. Like, well, good. He don't want you to watch him. Why would he make mature content to pick up one fan in you, and then God forbid lose all his other fans that watch all his content because they're younger? Like, the logic is lost with people. Like, I know gaming and being a consumer of media is like a selfish hobby, but people have lost their minds thinking that somebody should stop what they're doing and cater to somebody who's not a fan already.
Right. It's dumb. All right, next topic. What do you want to see for next gen. I'll start for specifically. Let's talk about PlayStation real quick. I want to see themes brought back because PS5. I'm tired of this just looking basic. PS4 had all the cool themes. Devil May Cry 5 theme. I don't know if you've seen. You should look it up after this. It plays the Nero's theme, but it's like a slow jam. And it has a sound effects. Witcher 3 had a cool theme. Persona 5 has a cool
I
theme.
think I had the Ghost theme. I can't remember what I had. It was really cool though.
Yeah, I want to see that brought back. They got the UI is simple for this one. I like the PS3 the best though. I like that design, the UI for that. I don't want the lag, but I think that UI is dope.
Right.
But in general, we gotta figure a way to make shorter dev times. We don't need these, lower the budgets. We need to bring out games more because this is the worst gen, bro. Oh my god. This is the worst. This is the worst gen. It's a lot of good games that came out, but I'm talking even third parties, like, cause motherfuckers chasing trends. Budgets are bigger, so games taking longer. Like, bro, Arkham Knight was when, like 2016 or something like that.
2015.
2015.
Yeah.
In Suicide Squad, we got Suicide Squad this year.
Arkham Knight looks better than that too.
Yeah, it does. This is insane. And the first party, bro, the output is ridiculous. And then we can combine the topics too, because motherfuckers hold on to last gen, devs and gamers. Gamers talking about there's nothing to make them want to upgrade. Well, you're part of the problem.
No, literally, it's you.
Yeah.
Y'all have to get off last gen for them to stop making last gen games.
Yeah, you see, they making a Jedi Survivor PS4 Xbox One port. Because
That is budget and dev time that goes away from new games. Like, they're still calling PS5 and Xbox Series X next gen, and still calling PS4 current gen. We're hitting the 4-year mark in like a month.
Yeah.
And because of the budgets and all of that, they don't see the financial incentive not to make PS4 games.
Yeah, it's a large install base.
This is an issue, bro. Like, I felt, man, I don't even know what's going on, bro. Like, there's only a couple games that made me feel like, yes, this is next gen. A couple. The rest of these is PS4 games, and I'm not the problem. I got a PS5 at launch.
Yeah,
I get it.
That's my first console I got at launch.
Yeah, and like my first console I got at launch was a PS4, so I know how it is to be like, you know, on the broke side and everything like that, and it takes you a couple years. No problem. When I got my PS3, it took me like 2.5 years, 2.5 to 3 years, something like that, if I remember, to actually get my PS3. That's cool. I get like a couple years for people to come over, but we are 4 years in, bro. At some point, man, you gotta make it an incentive for people to come over.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just not going to do it because, and that's what I don't like about these journalists, bro, is they take games that only came out on PS5 and Xbox Series X and say, well, this game is a failure. Only this amount of people bought it. Yeah, because they're not buying it on last gen because it's not on there. Y'all expect to see 20 million in sales on the PS5 only game? Really?
Yeah, because you gotta remember, just because the console have X amount of units sold doesn't mean that amount of players is going to play these type of games. Some people just stick to the same 2-3 games. So, because even though PS4 huge star base, Spider-Man sold like 20-something million, you would think, why can't it make 50 million? 50 million of those players is not playing these type of games. So it sucks that we're stuck on it because, again, like Spider-Man 2, I think sold like 10 million, which is excellent. But because it's on a smaller install base, it's not going to sell that much. And a lot of games who don't even have the recognition like Spider-Man are going to come anywhere near that. So, and that's why I like the sports games. They start to like college football, next gen only. My homie, he fucking stupid, bro. I love him to death, but he called me. He's like, hey, did did they run out of copies for NCAA? I'm like, what you mean? He was like, because I'm looking on NCAA for PS5. I'm like, bro, that game is only on current gen. I'm like, it's time for you to upgrade. Because he's only a sports and Call of Duty gamer, so
yeah, like most people I know are just
yeah.
your FPS, your sports games, and occasionally, like if it's a really big game, they'll get Spider-Man, they'll get like Cyberpunk, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But outside of that, you're not gonna get them to touch none of the games we mentioned.
Yeah, so NCAA got him to finally upgrade. I'm like, yes, finally, man, because I'm glad sports games started doing it, but we too far in. Like, I get it, COVID, the chip problem, but after 2022, it became super easy to get consoles. And then people saying like I seen people begging for ports, like I think YouTuber Afrocentric, he was like, why this game coming out on last gen? And people was like, well, I don't have the money. I'm like, well, I'm sorry, that's just tough because we're about to be 4 years in. Like, I was never that gamer that like, oh, please put it on PS2 because I don't have a PS3. My family could afford a PS3. It was $600 for the OG PS3.
Right.
I didn't get a PS3 till I got a job in 2014, bro.
So the price was way down because you got in 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I wanted to play any PS3 game, I went to my friend's house. He would buy games. He was more well off. He would buy Ratchet and Clank, so I could play. But yeah, I was playing a small amount of games in there. I was not complaining. I was playing any game that drops on PS2. I would just still play that. It was like, it's not the end of the world to me. But like these gamers that just want to hold on, I'm like, you guys are part of the problem, man. We need to move on, because the more they have to optimize for more hardware, the longer the dev time take. Then it detracts from the most powerful pieces of hardware out there getting the proper optimization and screws over the launch. I'm like, can we stop? Like Hogwarts, last gen port. I'm like, you guys sold enough. You don't need to. Just keep it on the current gen. Jedi Survivor, I know it suffered because people didn't upgrade.
And it's not optimized. And
yeah.
This is what we're going to do. And people are going to say, oh, well, they're going to use the COVID excuse. Oh, well, that's because of COVID. So when they repeat this next generation, they've got a taste of greed by seeing what it looks like when you keep putting games on last gen for as long as you can. They're going to do it again with no COVID excuse available. They're going to do it again. If you think that next generation comes out and they're going to say, okay, we're putting our foot down, year 2 only PS6, you out your mind. They just got to take. The industry never, once they start making money doing something, they never go backwards. They only go forwards to make more money in whatever ways they can. Now that they see, so you see games coming to PC, you see games doing whatever. It is what it is. Oh yeah, by the way, you had mentioned that people say, "Why didn't Spider-Man sell more?" See, this is the console war merchants that just argue, and they say stuff. Oh well, with that install base, they should have sold 50 million copies. And I'm like, you guys, there's so much flawed logic with that, because if we were to say that, so Elden Ring, was Elden Ring successful or not? It was like super. They probably sold 25 million copies of that game. Matter of fact,
yeah, it's the best-selling Souls game.
Let me just humor myself and see. Oh, 25 million copies exactly. As of January 27th of this year, Elden Ring has sold 25 million copies. Now, if we use these console warrior people that argue, the console war people, if we use their logic, by their logic, Elden Ring's a failure because it launched on 3 platforms. They have a potential user base. I don't know how many PC players are out there, but something tells me that Steam says that there is like 800 million people on Steam or some crazy ass number.
Yeah, it's high.
Let's say you have 500 million Steam users, 100 million PlayStation users between the PS4 and PS5, and then let's just say you have 70 million people on Xbox. We're talking about 700 million plus people, and they only sell 25 million copies. I wish somebody said in my face and tell me Elden Ring was a failure. Oh, another one, the Steam Deck. People love the Steam Deck, right? With that installed base, how 3 million Steam Decks? That is awful. But if it was Xbox that had a handheld or PlayStation that sold that much, people would say it was a failure. So the whole failure thing is subjective, and it depends on why people are saying it. But I
Yeah.
have a real issue with people doing that
Mm-hmm.
about sales. I don't even want the only time I care about sales is if a game sells really well. I'm happy for them as long as the game is good,
Right.
or if I'm going to be impacted because of low sales. Crash Bandicoot 4, low sales. We probably will never get another Crash Bandicoot because of that. There's
Yeah.
several games that are really good that will never get another one because of sales. That's when I care about sales. Other than that, bro, I don't care if there's this many people and only this many people bought it. That is none of my business. I don't get no money, no kickback off of that. Like,
Mm.
but you know, that's what they do. But yeah, bro, get off last gen.
Yeah.
And it's if you can. If you can't,
Right.
we grew up in a different era, bro. Like you just couldn't if you couldn't afford stuff, you just knew you couldn't afford it. You could never say to a company like, "Hey, would you mind making this really cheap for me?" Like,
Right.
it's not even realistic, bro.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, I'm not talking about games that clearly don't look like a PS5 game. Those would still be on last gen.
Sure.
Yeah. It's just like
Rise
the
of
one.
Ronin, last gen.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
It's like,
lots of
yeah, like Horizon, like, bro, that's not a PS4 game. That's still a PS4 game. We just got a little extra features. They didn't develop that for the PS5. I want to see Horizon 3 what it's looking like on the PS5. Because they can't tap into the full potential. We saw the full potential for the PS4 at the end of the cycle. Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us 2, incredibly beautiful games. Horizon, like, incredible looking games. It's just like we're not getting the full power because they were supporting last gen for so long. And Spider-Man 2 is not a current gen game. That game was they decided to just put it on PS5 only last minute. That I'm not seeing what the budget went to because the character models are even the NPCs. The character models looking ugly. There's better lighting and stuff, faster loading and all that. But like this is still a PS4 game, bro.
yeah. What we have, whether people want to admit it or not, this is an extended PS4, Xbox One generation.
Mm-hmm.
Period. And I ain't gonna lie. Before we even, I know we probably gonna move on to something else. The Xbox Series S needs to go.
Bro,
That
was a
is
mistake.
a problem for the entire industry. If you're on Xbox, especially that platform, the Series S is why you didn't get Baldur's Gate when you needed to get it. That's why you didn't get Black Myth. They are forced. Xbox is not allowing people to do Series S versions later or skip the Series S altogether. It's an all or nothing thing over there.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have to make a garbage version of your game just to be able to put your game on that platform, and for some of those studios, it's not even worth the trouble. So
Yeah.
if you think that the Series S is not impacting the quality of the games that with people with better consoles, you're mistaken. You bugging out, bro.
Right. What you want to see on next gen?
Next gen,
Yeah.
definitely smaller budgets. Not for all games,
Yeah.
but for more games. Out because that'll allow for them to take more risks, more creative stuff, and even in some cases, if there's a game that's been dormant, like if we take a Tenchu or any game that we played back in the day, you started off with more of a medium budget, and then if you see people like it, then you know the next time around you can decide, hey, I could put a little bit more into this because people enjoy this. We haven't had an opportunity to become fans of games like we used to because the budgets are too big and they take too long to come out. Sometimes when you play the game when it's on the rise, it turns you to a fan for the sequel. I would love to see that. I would love. I mean, it's never going to happen, but I would love, you know, more like cheaper ways to play the multiplayer games as far as the microtransactions. We're at a point now. People can say what they want. They always, I don't buy VC. I don't have to. Okay, you go to the park with a 60 overall and see what happens to you, bro.
Yeah.
Like, people got to stop that. Like, it's overly expensive. I really would like the industry to. I need every game to have full crossplay.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
Every game needs to have game chat, crossplay, cross progression. There's not really an excuse not to have it. I mean, and I gotta be honest, bro. They have to relax with the remakes, my guy. Like, it's one thing when you remake a game that's 20 years old.
Yeah.
It's another when you remake a 4-year-old game. That is not acceptable, bro.
Last of Us.
Yeah, right. This is not. They put 3 versions of the first Last of Us game out, and now you're working on your second Last of Us 2. There's not an excuse for that. I get last gen because the consoles were not backwards compatible. So since they're backwards compatible, that is a head start in my eyes for you to just work on new stuff. But y'all are deciding anyway. Oh, we're going to do new versions of the game. Like, there's a reason they had to redo GTA 5 because it wasn't backwards compatible. But now I need them. I need to. Y'all, they are, and it's games that we ain't asked for at all. Like games like nobody even really liked this when it was new. Why are you doing a remake of this? A remaster?
Yeah.
Y'all want to remake a game? I need Onimusha. I need some games that like we ain't seen in 2 generations.
I need Onimusha so bad, man. Me and JG
like,
fighting the fight.
yeah, like not the HD remaster, because remakes and remasters aren't the same. I don't need that.
Yeah.
I don't need y'all upscaling graphics this much and then making it widescreen and you ain't updating them controls and all that stuff. Because I'm a little spoiled with the new game controls, and I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. All right. We talked about that. We added that into the thing. Oh, real quick, what was the game that gave you the Souls bug? Cause I noticed you feeling yourself like after one game you jumped into another one.
It was Liza P, dude.
Liza P.
That game was amazing, and like the thing that I really liked about Liza P, and same thing for Elden, but more with Liza P than anything. Even if you keep dying to a boss, whole time you know you can beat the boss. Like you really don't like you might really get like your head bust for a little bit, but like you feel like yo, I know I could beat this dude.
Mm-hmm.
The whole time, and that's kind of what keeps me on the game for real. Like you could be fighting a boss for an hour, but like literally by the third try, like you're like, well, I know how to beat this dude. You just got to put it all together, and then you finally do, and you're like, yeah, finally got him. Like that's what really is doing it for me. That's like all the different builds and all the different cool ways you could play
and you could summon still, cause that furnace nigga was annoying the fuck out of me.
Yeah, for sure. But like then there's like the level design, the way they construct everything, where it's like I feel like I have a lot of freedom to explore, but at the same time it's controlled, so I don't feel like I'm getting lost and then not knowing where I am, because everything pretty much leads back to a certain point. So I really like that about Liza P. Elden's not like that, bro. That map is so. I thought it was big when the game first started. Little did I know there was like 3 more big, huge sections.
So huge.
So I'm more partial to the linear style of the Souls experience after playing Elden, but Elden allows you to get strong enough where you feel like you actually have a chance.
Yeah, it's the freedom and it's just nothing like it. And you played it late, so it was a lot of quality of life things that they added, because you would get lost. There was no markers back then.
They didn't have markers.
No, like how the map had markers and stuff, and like, oh, here's a quest at you. Don't forget about this quest. None of that back then. So people was going in blind.
They had the markers and the little symbols to tell you that there was a guy to talk to. They didn't have to.
Yeah, the only thing they had is like you could mark a spot. Like that's it.
I missed out on the because they had nerfed the bleed damage. Because I guess before, if you dual wielded, it was double bleed damage. So dudes was just running through bosses. I missed that.
Yeah, like I said, for me it was Neo 2. Gave me confidence to play other Souls games. Like I tried Cold Veins, like Anime Souls. I gotta get back to that. But like I bought Demon Souls remake and I beat it. Elden Ring, I'm like, I gotta buy it. Liza P. So yeah, it's one. If you scared of Souls games, like there's always something there. You could cheese, you could over level. If you gotta play with a friend, do what you gotta do to beat the game. Because I think it's definitely a great experience. So don't be afraid to try it. Don't let anybody discourage you to play how you want to play. Because I think you should just give it a genre a try. Even if you don't end up liking it in the end, I think you should try one of the games. It might be one that you generally fall in love with. Alright, next. Oh, bro, this is hilarious. Fucking Chick-Fil-A is starting a streaming service. Did you see that?
They gonna have on the. I'm tired of this, bro.
I am too. I have too much right now. I have Max. I have Crunchyroll for anime. I have another anime site by AMC, because they get like niche stuff. I have Hulu. I have Disney Plus, and I share my Max with somebody because they still allow password sharing for now. I think they gonna crack down sometime this year with somebody in exchange for his Paramount. I'm borrowing my friend's Amazon because I'm not paying for that. Like, it's just too many streaming services.
Oh man, see, speaking of wanting stuff to fail, I need Chick-fil-A's service to fail, bro. Right there, I'm coming in hating. I'm tired of this, bro. Just a few years ago, it was just Netflix and Hulu. But these companies see, oh, people are into this. Let me pull my content off Netflix and do my own thing. The streaming stuff was supposed to be a departure from spending $250 a month on cable. Wrong. Now you're spending probably more than that because I have probably almost every streaming service too. I don't have Crunchyroll, but I have Peacock. I have all the stuff, bro. And then on top of that, you have your content creators that you might sub to on Twitch and YouTube and Patreon, and you have all of those that you do every month. So I'm subscribed to a bunch of people on Patreon that do like Sims mods and stuff like that. And then you have people out here, they won't cook, so they got DoorDash, Dash Pads. There's all these subscriptions, Dollar Shave Club. When you start adding all this up, dudes are spending $350 a month on subscriptions without even knowing that, man. That's crazy. Chick-fil-A, what are you doing?
All right. Do I get like free meals for my watch time? Like, what y'all gonna do?
They gonna have to do something like that because I don't know why in God's earth. And then here's the thing, cable's starting to be more attractive to people because people are starting to wisen up. Like what I do. Oh, you have a show that I like? I'm gonna subscribe for this month, watch this show, and I'm unsubscribing. And I will resubscribe when there's another show that I want. They're gonna start dealing with that way more. Game Pass, that's another one. Ubisoft Plus, EA Play, and God knows, matter of fact, a Game Pass. Short leash, man. That's that game. They got a short leash. I don't care what nobody say. That can't go on forever. They already trying to like get blood out of the turnip or whatever. It ain't going down. Hey, don't be surprised, bro.
Yeah.
They get that whole service out the way.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. That's something similar to the next topic. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, the streaming service thing, it is too much because like, I've been saying this for years because people who like Netflix and stuff. I'm like, most of the show people don't even watch the original content. Unless we're saying Stranger Things or something like that, or some proper Game of Thrones on Max, whatever. But I tell people all the time, like, most of the shows y'all watching on Netflix are cable shows that they license to be on there. I'm like, because people saying cable's there for so long. I'm like, if that's the case, why y'all watch the shows? And like, if it wasn't for the TV viewers, a lot of the shows y'all like, y'all wouldn't be seeing. Because everybody be like, oh, Netflix shows are ass, the Netflix originals. And there are some stinkers in there, but there's some good ones. But I had cable for my cable was gone last year. I had cable for a minute, and I would watch my weekly shows. Yeah, I'm glad cable's still around because everybody can't fund every project, bro. If we didn't have these cable networks, we wouldn't be getting some of the shows that we're getting now because everybody can't fund everything. Like, Netflix is still in the red, bro. Why do you think they start cracking down the password? I don't agree with it because they said they always go share passwords. I'm like, you shouldn't open your mouth. Now people mad at you. But
every streaming service is basically in the red as far as revenue goes. That's what people not understanding about streaming service. It was more lucrative at a time where there was less of them. It's not. There's a cap. There's a hard cap for new subscribers. People who want to subscribe are already subscribed. What kind of growth we talk about in the subscription service in a 5-year period? Not that much. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just not.
And it was funny when they started cracking down passwords. People was like, "Oh, well, you're about to lose subscribers." Netflix gained subscribers, so it worked. It was like, "Fuck you, cheap motherfuckers. We need y'all to pay up."
$10 a month or whatever. It's probably like 13 now. But
yeah. Oh, and for people who have, because I had the yearly Max subscription, and like, I think about May they announced they were going to do a joint thing with Hulu and Max to like get all the subscriptions for a fee. and they came out with it last month. I got it. I changed. They refunded me the difference, and so I pay a monthly thing to all three with no ads. It's wonders. Get it? I think it's $30 a month for all three.
Because right now I'm paying more than that.
Yeah.
Because I have all three of them.
Yeah, it's worth it. Disney Plus, Hulu, and Max. No ads, $30 a month. All right, so we're gonna talk about Indiana Jones PS5 announcement. So at Gamescom, they revealed the release date. It's coming out in December. I don't remember the exact date. And then they had one more announcement. You think it's gonna be something crazy because that's usually what they do. Said, oh, Indiana Jones is coming out on PS5 in 2025. It's like, yo, y'all did that at an Xbox Centric conference. Y'all did it like that. Yeah, they have no respect for Xbox gamers. Like, we knew it was coming. It's just
they don't have to announce it. Just shadow drop it or something.
Yeah.
Don't do that at that conference.
Yeah, don't do that to the players. Like, we have all consoles, so it don't matter to us. But I just feel sorry for them because, like, a lot of fans were in denial. Like, oh, did not come in. I'm like, but what's the name? Broken Gamers HD. He said it best. Phil Spencer is a wordsmith. Because
he's been that for 8 years.
Yeah, I'm like, if you don't pay attention, you're gonna miss what he said. Because when he did the little interview, the curated interview, they're like, oh, are these games coming? Are these games coming to Xbox? He's like, well, these 4 games are coming to PlayStation.
See, he's bro. He's so slick out the mouth, and he's been doing it forever. Or he's lying. What I think is going on is he has a plan, but what he's being told he's allowed to do changes so often that it makes him look crazy in interviews. If I was Phil Spencer, bro, if I was Xbox, I wouldn't even do interviews. We're not entitled to hear the companies do that. The problem now is that the interviews are just used to archive what you say so they can use it against you later. Nothing really good really comes from the interviews from when these game developers, publishers, and these studio heads do interviews. It's always thrown in their face later. Mm-hmm. You don't really see PlayStation people doing interviews like that. Because people say, well, he's a man of the people. No, that has nothing to do when you have a boss and they're telling you that we need you to make a certain amount of money. He can't, and he's alluded to that a couple times. Mm-hmm. But I tell you what, I don't take nothing he's saying serious, because if he say something today, I'm like, all right, September 1st, that's what he mean. In 2 weeks, it might be something totally different, bro. He's done this, even, bro, if you look at the history, this is why I don't understand how people not seeing what's happening. When they first start putting games on PC, it was the same thing. We're not going to put all the games. We're just doing a couple. They're not going to go on competitive platforms. That's what Xbox said. Next thing you know, they got to look at how the money was coming from the PC community. They put all the games on there. And then they start putting their games on Steam. What people not getting, bro, Steam is a competitor platform. So if they'll put their games on Steam, they'll put them on PlayStation. And the worst thing that could have happened was seeing Sea of Thieves on that top 10 game sales list. Mm-hmm. Because now that has told Xbox that these people will buy our games.
Yeah.
And if people want Game Pass to exist, either they get rid of it or they keep it, and you're going to keep seeing your Xbox games go to PlayStation, because they have to have people to go out and buy these games.
Yeah. Or like make it a case by case basis for what first party are coming to the Game Pass platform. Because if you want to keep it,
all coming, bro.
They all come. But I'm saying, like, if y'all want to keep Game Pass, you gotta take out some games. Like, I get Call of Duty because you want to bring in more subscribers.
I think it was a bad idea.
Yeah, I think too, because it trained gamers not to buy games, bro. I'm sorry.
Think about it though. All right, so let's say they think Game Pass is going to attract people. Mm-hmm. All right, take the super casual people we said earlier. They only play like 3 games. Game Pass is, I think it's $20 a month now. You want to pay for Game Pass for a year and never own Call of Duty, where you could spend a one-time $70 fee and just have the game? financially it doesn't make sense for a lot of people who are like that. Now to have Call of Duty to get Game Pass, first of all, they're not gonna play most of the games on there.
Yeah.
So the game that you are playing is going to be valued higher to subscribe to than you just buying the game, bro. It's not that attractive to a lot of people. I feel like the people who want Game Pass already have it. I don't think Call of Duty is going to attract and retain. Yeah, of course they're going to have a little bit of a, a bloat in the numbers for a little bit.
Yes, Starfield did it, but it didn't stay.
It's not going to stay, bro. I think it's a horrible idea, and they paid a lot of money essentially for Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm. This is what he said. Our franchises are getting stronger. Our Xbox console players are as high this year as they ever been. So I look at it and I say, okay, our player numbers are going up for the console platform. Our franchises are as strong as they've ever been.
God, bro. Like, what?
Yeah. And he said
360, man.
Yeah. Now listen, I talk about this. I hammered this home. I'm glad y'all started getting more support from Japanese studios, but y'all can't complain when some Japanese games don't come. Like, you guys didn't support the game. I had 360. My grandma bought for my brother in 2010. I had the cheap one. It had like 200 something megabytes on that storage. It was horrible. I had to buy external. But so many great exclusive games. Xbox snagged up a bunch of exclusive Japanese games. Y'all didn't support the shit. So when y'all don't get stuff now, it's no wonder. Y'all not supporting your own games. Like, come on, man. Like, they gotta make money. And he said, and we run a business. Yes, it's definitely true inside of Microsoft that the bar is high for us in terms of delivery. We have to give back to the company. Exactly. Because we get a level of support from the company that's just amazing. And what we're able to go do. So I look at this, how can we make our games as strong as possible? Our platform continues to grow on console and PC and on cloud. It's just going to be a strategy that works for us. And people don't understand, they are a business. People got to stop looking at Microsoft, $1 trillion company. I'm like, bro, they're about to close Xbox. They're about to shut it down last gen.
They were trying to sell it last 2 times.
Yeah, it's like, y'all got to understand this. They're not going to throw money at them, which from a division that this just doesn't make them any money like that. Like, their software is making them a bunch of money. They just like just throwaway money. They're not gonna keep giving them money. Like, we gave you this much money for these acquisitions. We not seen a return. Yes, it sucks they didn't wait that long for this. It sucks the deal took forever, and they don't want to give them. I think they should at least give them like a year or some change when all these Activision games started coming. But they're like, no, you gotta start making money. Starfield, they thought Starfield was going to do it, and they was telling players. I never thought for 1 second the player number meant anything, because somebody can just boot up the game and that count as a player.
It doesn't mean anything. That's a false metric that they use to try to make things look more attractive than they are. When that acquisition battle was going on, we got to hear the real truth about what was going on with the company, and people could say, they could go off whatever they seen on the internet. If you look at what was being said, you will know that Xbox felt like they weren't doing well, that they had told you where they were. So you can't take that and just say the opposite. I'm tired of Phil's translators too.
Yeah.
Phil will tell you what it is. They'll say, well, no, this is what he meant. No, this is what he said. Y'all, quit taking what he said and reshaping it to make it sound a lot nicer and softer. He's telling you what's going on right in your face. You could choose to ignore it if you want to. But when he sits there and he says that there's nothing we can do to surpass PlayStation, that should be a concern for you, buddy. No, that's not what he meant. He meant blah. It's like, man, here y'all go with that, bro. Like, Microsoft wouldn't be a $3 trillion company if they were in the business of losing money. What is not being understood by people is they don't even do hardware. Microsoft, whenever they have hardware, they eventually get rid of it. That's not what they like to do.
Yeah.
They make the money. That's a software company. So when they had the Xbox and it wasn't doing well, especially after how successful the 360 was, they're like, yeah, we can just sell this off and go back to what we do. And so what people should be looking at now, all this acquisition stuff, to me says that they're going to stay in the hardware business, but the minute they don't see any changes, which I would give them until halfway through next gen, they're going to pull the plug, bro. and they could make way more money if they got rid of the Xbox. It go completely third party, which will hurt people's feelings, but you'll still be able to play the fucking game.
Mm-hmm.
Because then they don't have to worry about doing exclusive content to please the one fan base to try to get them into the ecosystem. And they can just take everything they do, put on every platform, and go crazy, bro. Like, really, that's what it looks like they're trying to do to me. But they're going to have a hard time acquiring anything else because what they had told the regulators, they have done the opposite. They told them they weren't going to increase the price of Game Pass. They told them several things, and within the first year, they went back on their word. So there's that. But yeah, man, Xbox, they got to do something. And Doom is coming day one, I believe, the new Doom.
Yeah.
And realistically, Halo could be doing better player count. Like, they might say, hey, our player count has dropped so dramatically, let's put the game on PlayStation and open it up to more people.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to just let their games die because it hurts your feeling and you can't argue with Facebook.
Yeah. And it sucks too because like Sea of Thieves sold like 1 million copies, and that's like wonders for them because it's in Game Pass, and so like, okay, we can bring our other games over, and I think Grounded did decent too. And then don't let a huge IP come over.
Doom is about to go. It's gonna do what it always does.
Yeah.
Sell real well.
Like, you see, that's why they still ain't reveal.
Blade?
Yeah, well, Blade's coming on because they know it's coming to PlayStation.
It's coming to PlayStation.
Like, that license fee is probably crazy. They gotta put it on PlayStation. Like, let them see the sales for Blade on PlayStation. Indiana Jones, maybe, because I don't know. The last movie sucked, so I don't know how much people craving for an Indiana Jones game. I'm not playing it because
Cool.
I'm
want
not.
it to be third person.
Yeah, that's why I'm not playing it. Yeah, but yeah, let them see the sales for Indiana Jones on PS5 Blade. They're like, okay, and then like I'm not. I think exclusives matter because like it pushes the industry and like competition, the creativity, but people saying, well, some people trying to make the argument, well, exclusives don't matter anymore. I'm like, well, tell that to Nintendo. Crazy money.
That's that internet stuff, bro.
PlayStation still, yeah, PlayStation still. Last of Us is one of the best selling PlayStation games. Uncharted, Spider-Man, like God of War, Horizon sold like 20, a huge amount. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Zero Dawn.
How does only in the video game industry would somebody say that? That doesn't, like, every other industry, having exclusive content or features is what gets people there because I can get something here that I can't get there. But on the internet, in the gaming space, oh, it doesn't matter. Get out of here with that. But that's why streaming services are doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
You can't watch Stranger Things unless you get Netflix. You cannot watch Game of Thrones unless you get HBO. What if HBO just said, okay, exclusives don't matter, and they just start to put Game of Thrones on every platform? That's dumb.
Yeah.
Exclusives don't matter because you probably feel as though maybe your company can't do as well, so now you want to. That's so. How? Why? Okay, if exclusives don't matter, what gets people to buy the console besides their friends? Because truth be told, that's the only reason anybody buys consoles at this point, unless you're a person that gets multiple consoles.
Yeah.
You get what the homies is getting, and if they get PlayStations, that's just what everybody getting, bro.
Yeah, exclusives matter too because people was subscribing to Netflix just for like the show they watch 100 times, like Friends and stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what these people just, it doesn't. Only thing that matters is revenue. To who? You?
Yeah.
Nintendo lives off exclusives.
Yeah, man.
That's all they really thrive in is exclusives because they third party ports ain't like that, bro. They live. That's what I'm saying. Every time somebody says something about the industry, there is several examples that make them liars instantly. That's why I don't believe none of these people in what they're saying. Oh, $70 games are too cheap and nobody will make any money. And then we see Doom with no microtransaction made it $500 million, and that's not the biggest game in the world. It's a big game, but it's not. It's no like Hogwarts or Elden Ring. Hogwarts went crazy. Like, cut that out. They just repeat what they hear the people, the suits say.
Exactly.
That's all.
Yeah, it's so dumb like that. And then it's just it's insane because I think if we didn't have exclusives like it's just like a quality factor. When exclusives also they only have to focus on one console. It just improves the quality. Not all the time because we got a situation. Days Gone, it was rushed out and it was buggy mess. But like for the most part, if it's just on one console, it's easier to optimize. Like devs tell you that all the time. They'd be like, "Oh, I was happy we only had to focus on this console."
I didn't think about that. I
Yeah,
didn't think about
it's very good for them. Not just for us, but for the people who make the game. But yeah, sure, it would be wonderful if games was on every platform, but it's just the way it works. The industry works, bro. It's competition and like so much more creativity thrives when they don't have to focus on one console and stuff. So
you know what's gonna happen. And people that saying exclusives don't matter, when there is no consoles left and everything's in the cloud, they're gonna be crying, talking about, I miss consoles. You don't miss consoles because you said exclusives didn't matter. So go ahead and play all the games on this TV.
yeah, and last thing about this subscription, both place like PlayStation didn't want to do the extra premium shit, but they felt they had to because of Game Pass. And you see they don't put their exclusives day one in there because they know
They don't need to.
yeah they gonna lose money. And
It's good for me.
Yeah,
Not for not in the grand scheme. I think it's bad.
yeah, because like I said, tradition people and like condition people not to buy games, and like if you can't afford it, I don't buy every fucking game, and I can afford games. I buy a lot of games in a year, but I don't buy every game. If it's on Game Pass had me try Liza P, and then I bought it.
Believe, and I'm gonna say something about that. I don't believe none of these dudes when they say they can't afford games and consoles, bro. Because we look at their accounts and we see that they spent $300-400 on VC, Robux, and V Bucks, bro. We not believing y'all, bro. Y'all be out here saying that because you decide to spend your money on the thing you really care about, which is in-game currency, bro. Yeah, y'all lying, bro. I seen your accounts, man.
the latest
Stop that, man.
the latest anime came out in Fortnite. They spending $20 on one skin and shit. So
Like, yeah, bro. Like I'm not buying that. I can't afford no game shit. No. First of all, I'm one of the earliest Game Pass promoters. Anyway, we was talking about Game Pass in 2017 when it first came out. Like, yo, this is the best thing. But that was before it got to the point where people now like, I'm not buying the game no more. I'm waiting for Game Pass. Like, what?
you don't know how many times I've seen it in replies on the internet, like, oh, I'm waiting for Game Pass. Like, we gotta support these games, man. It's like it's crazy.
I get not wanting to spend money.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, ultimately, it's going to be bad for everybody, including that person, because of that. Like, oh, I want new games. You don't buy them.
Mm-hmm.
You don't buy them. You're sticking to the same ones you usually get.
You don't buy them, and then people like to bring up the rare examples, like, see if was it Stars?
See, Stars.
Yeah, it came out last year. It was on PlayStation Extra and Game Pass, and it sold incredibly well. I'm like, well, that I'm happy for them, but that's not the norm. That's not going to do well for games that it just come out day one. I'm like, we need to support games that are important to us. I'm like, I'm not saying buy every game because thank God the Medium was on Game Pass because that game was ass.
Yeah.
It's like,
and then I learned it was supposed to come out in 2008, and it all made sense.
yeah. Yeah, man, it's so dumb. But yeah, Xbox Games, I feel sad for you, but at the same time, you did it to yourselves. Like I said, I have all consoles, so this means nothing to me. I still buy my physical too. I don't buy as much on Xbox anymore because it's like I need to be online even with the discs. So I was like, what's the point? So, but yeah, I still buy physicals. That's why I didn't buy Alan Wake 2. It's selling poorly, but also I think it's sold poorly because I think they didn't make a profit because it was only on Epic. You know, Steam PC players, they don't like Epic Store, so there's that. And there's no physical copy. I mean, there's physical copies now, but at this point, I'll buy your game day one if I'm interested, full price. If you make me wait, I'm tired. It's a current thing. A lot of people be making you wait for the physical copy. I'm like, well, I'm gonna just buy it on sale now. I would have bought it full price if you leased day one. Like Alan Wake 2, I'm not buying it till it's like $30 now, even with the physical copy. You should just launch with it. Cause my homie's gonna buy it too.
Well,
no, it's sold poorly, bro.
see, but like,
Is that their fault? It was an Epic exclusive. You know, PC players hate it. They tell you that all the time. They don't like Epic.
I don't like it. I use the Epic Store.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that like stubborn. I'm
Yeah.
not a fan, bro.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not a fan of the store. It's improved a lot, but it's not a great store for me.
Yeah, that sucks for LOA too. It's just like this choice they make. It's like, oh, we would have to charge more because I'm like, the game is still, well, how much it costs? Like, was it still $70 in a digital store? Yeah, I think it's $70. Like, what you mean you gotta charge more? Like, if anything, the digital game should be less.
Well, see, and then when I said that, like many things I've said, people think that we bugging out, and they're like, well, here's another thing. People think that the devs get paid more money when we buy these microtransactions. No, they don't. The CEO who doesn't play video games gets a $70 million bonus at the end of the year. The devs don't get anything. You're not helping game developers by buying a skin in the game or buying DLC or doing anything.
Yeah.
They've already been paid. They do not get bonuses. They're treated really terribly, actually, in a lot of cases. And they get blackballed if they have things to say from working at other studios. This goes to some like random man who thinks that we should pay $100 for Skull and Bones. That's who gets your money.
Yeah, all we doing when we don't buy games is telling the fat cats is like, oh, you guys don't want this game. That's all it is. We not supporting nobody except nigga who buys a yacht. All right, last topic is again 30 frames for 60. It came up again because I think Avowed. It was an Iron Lord podcast. They did an interview. Mr. Matty was there too, and they asked him about Avowed. They're like, well, we're targeting 30. I'm like, why do you even have to say that? I mean, you should target 30. What you want it to be less than that? I'm like, you should be targeting 60. Like, it's 30. Like, what are we talking about here? I mean, it better be 30.
And what's the excuse? What's the excuse? Oh, we're going for the cinematic.
Yeah, because it's first person. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
I just, you know what it is? I hate when motherfuckers talk to me like I'm stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you can't hit 60, just say, you know, we got to make this, do it in a field way. We got to make sure this IP is playable on all hardware of different lengths, different powers. Because right there, you're just telling me you needed to work for the Series S. And I know which, just say that.
Yeah.
Don't give me that bullshit, bro. People spent $500 on a next-gen console. And you turn around and you're delivering 30 FPS games when in PS3, some of the games were 60. We are now
PS2 as well.
See, that's what, like, don't tell me some bullshit and try to make it sound nice, bro. If the game, and look, I'm not the frame king. I play games 30 FPS.
Yeah.
I routinely play games.
Me too.
That with terrible graphics, old games. I play retro games. But don't talk to me like I'm stupid with that shit.
Exactly.
Dude spending $500. How are we justifying to our customer base that spent $400, $500, $600 on these consoles that these games are running with specs and capabilities of games from 2 to 3 generations? There's no excuse for that shit. There's none, bro. And then and God forbid X-Men had a mid-gen refresh, which they won't do. That's what happened with the what was it? The Xbox One X. Like, y'all told people to buy a premium console and you deliver 30 FPS, bro. Why are people getting shafted because y'all are catering to people who are on the lower end as far as hardware goes? 30 FPS. It's just not playing on Series S and y'all need it to be. Stop it, man.
Yeah, and then
they don't do that on PC. They don't do that to PC players.
Right. That's somebody made a good point with that. I forgot who said it. It was like, yeah, if that's the case. It was Greg Miller. He was saying like, why are you not locking it to 30 on PC?
Yeah,
if you want the cinematic feel, like as a console, he says I'm a console gamer. He like, I should be getting the same experience. I'm like, yeah, I agree. And then you come out and patch it later, saying like, oh yeah, we could do it after all.
Yeah, come on, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, boys just sit here and they just lie in your face, bruh. Like, I think Starfield was 30.
Yeah.
Why is it always Xbox, bro? The fans, I swear, they just, I don't like the way the fans is treated, bro. It's not right. They didn't sat with them through all the mess. They done sat through Xbox only having 5 studios in 2017. They done sat there, and what do? Because it got to the point for me, in my opinion, when Xbox made those acquisitions, they is finally able to say we're never going to have another year where we have 0 games for our fans. Or like we're always going to have good announcements for them. We can always have good shows because our last show was excellent, one of the best shows I've ever seen.
Yep.
They finally put themselves in a position where, as far as game for game, they would have more games on PlayStation than Nintendo. You do all of that, and then what you do? You follow up with 30 FPS, and then putting your games on those people's platform, bro. That's fucked up, dog. I think that's so bad, bro. Like, how come every time they announce something good, they announce some bullshit like a couple weeks later right after?
Right,
like
man.
They do it all the time, bro. 30 FPS?
Mm-hmm. Like,
that game don't look good. I thought it was gonna be good. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it looked what people like. Well, yes, well, Obsidian's known for their choices. I'm like, all right, well, Outer Worlds was cool. I'm like, but it don't look that good for them to not be able to hit 60, man. I'm sorry.
No, and that's another thing. We see phenomenal games with great gameplay, great mechanics, and graphics that are hitting 60.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime I see a game, it's like, okay, we're going to fall short in this area, and we're going to put those resources into everything else. I'll be like, cool, but like if you're not putting it into the gameplay and the mechanic or the graphics and the mechanics, like where's that going?
Right.
Come on, bro.
Yes.
Stop that, man.
The state of gaming, bro.
Line.
Yeah. All right.
I would never do a podcast if I was them, bro. I ain't gonna throw this shit in my face later. I ain't doing no podcast if I'm any game dudes, game studio heads. I would never do a podcast, bro.
Yeah, it's okay to just be quiet. Like PlayStation. What was it? Jim Ryan got. He shot himself in the mouth, in the foot because with the Horizon situation. And we got like, hey. Then they stopped talking because they was like, oh, we gotta give them this free upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
So and
showcase is for.
Yeah.
You want to talk? Have a showcase. Outside of that, I'm not doing no podcast, bro. You're not gonna ask me about no video game stuff so you can throw it in my face later.
Yeah, bro. He came on. I remember when he came on Kind of Funny podcast. I'm like, bro, why you do this? So stop. Nintendo don't say nothing. You don't hear a pee from them.
Nope.
Like, hey, this game come out this year. I know we ain't say nothing like for 3 years, but here it goes. Come out this year. Like, they don't say nothing. Sometimes you just gotta be quiet. It's like, cause it bites you in the ass every time. But yeah, that's all the topics for the show. Thanks for coming through, man.
Yes,